And we are back live for another week of the Meeseek Sunday Showdown, guys. We're not even going to keep you guys waiting any longer. I know that y'all have been waiting so patiently to jump into the action. Tonight, this is going to be a good one. We are on board with Seminole at the minute, and I do have Denominate casting with me. Day, how are you doing tonight?
Could be feeling a little better. Got a little bit of a headache, but not too bad otherwise. Just been a long and honestly kind of hot day. It was just humid and muggy and nasty, and we're ready to move on. And right off the bat, we have Vague picking up a kill, and actually Seminole completely filling up the feed right now. Don't know if this is going to be a shock to anybody, just based off the performances that we've seen out of Seminole in the past, but we do have Hell Kiwi picking up a kill there. And overall, it's going to be looking like a 17-0 lead so far for Seminole.
Yeah, they're going to have a bit of uncontested right here. Kiwi going to try and push up. Kiwi gets lasered. Bear picking up 2 big kills, cleaning off the point. Spark going to be there to contest. RX, NC actually going to be there to get another contest. He's going to be taken down. And the guys over at Seminole have a bit of a lead going into this P2 transition where I see High actually setting up on the backside of this back alley. RX going to push up. RX going to be hit a few times, but is going to be able to maintain his life as he's going to collect himself in gas station. The last few seconds of this P1 transition are going to go to the guys over at Hell. High going to pick up that last frag, and P2 transitions have been made. It looks like the guys over at Hell actually did a decent job of getting this backside warehouse, as I do see High gets pushed, High gets taken down, and it is a 1-for-1 trade there. Spark going to go ahead and push in. Slothy picks up 1, and the break for this P2 transition is going to come through. Slothy doing his due diligence, making sure no one transitioning backside gas station. And they do, Seminole that is, are actually going to go ahead and get that break.
Yeah, and I don't think it's any shock that Seminole are in the lead right now and absolutely in control of the kill feed as well. We've got some pretty solid advantages for them. We've got High sitting at 10-2 right now, absolutely filling it up. Bear 7-3, Vague 7-3, Slothy 4-4, Hack 7-5. So with everybody being positive, as you can expect, everybody negative on the opposition. So starting to snowball a little bit out of control. Seminole picking up the last remaining trickle points on P2, and they're making the rotation over to P3, but I gotta say, it's actually been a pretty solid rotation by the underdogs here, and they're gonna be able to get some points on the board.
They're gonna get an initial hold. Faye gonna push in and gets the flash to hit or stun to hit. Not gonna be able to follow up with these shots. Spark and Team Hell are actually holding the same entry point. They are going to get taken down. Kiwi going to be there for the refrag, and it is not going to come through. 39 seconds left on this P3 top blue area, and it looks like it's going to be all Seminole. They're going to be able to run rampant here as we do see a RXNC actually try to come through for a contest. High is just absolutely beaming. The Holger is his main. As if you're just now joining in, this is going to be a best of 3. This is the first round of the Meeseek Sunday Showdown. We've got Seminole and Hell fighting it off on a hardpoint standoff. Game 2 is going to be an S&E takeoff. If we go to a Game 3, it's going to be a Dom Crossfire for you guys just joining in. This is the first game of this best of 3. We're going to see P4 transitions come through early for the guys over at Seminole. Vega to hold down the backside of boxes, and the front side is actually where the action is going to be at. Hax is going to be there with a Death Machine in the mix. He's going to take down 1. Victor's actually going to be stunned there too. Victor potentially going to be taken down. He is, and High going to pick up another frag. It has been a big game, first game for the guys over at Seminole as they looking to extend their lead, close things out here in this P4 transition, and potentially in this game in P1. Oh my, Hacks with a great nade.
Yeah, definitely not out of the ordinary for Seminole to be in the lead, but I gotta say, it's not as strong of a lead as I had expected out of them coming into this matchup. And the kill feed definitely doesn't show as much as even as this game has been, and in fact on P4 here, or P5 here, we do have quite a few points getting picked up by Blue. I've gotta remember what this team name is. I don't think I've seen this team before.
I've seen them before, but it's been a minute. I'm not familiar with some of the players on the point or on the team. Spark maybe, and that's about it. Hell Esports, I've seen them in a few tournaments, but just not consistently registering. As I do see P1 rotations being made. 135 for the guys over at Seminole and 69 and counting for the guys over at Hell. They are looking to stay in this thing. Only 15 points needed for the guys over at Seminole. They're possibly going to close things out as I do see Hacks get a break. Going to go ahead and fire off the FHJ. Not going to get anything nonetheless. Spark going to come through and clean house. He is going to be taken out too though. And it is looking all but grim for the guys over at Hell. Looking like some pretty sweaty first game though. I gotta say, 73 to 150. That is about as good as it gets for a team that's going against a Seminole roster, right?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, it's not often you see a team that isn't often in these tournaments compete as well as they did against Seminole. Where they lacked in the kill feed, they actually capitalized pretty strongly on their rotations. So. Definitely something to give them credit for. And when you're matching up against the skill level of a team like Seminole, there's definitely, you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, I don't think these guys should walk away here and really feel like they did bad, because we've seen plenty of other teams come up against Seminole, and Seminole just absolutely trolls against them and still, 150 10s them or anything of that nature. So the teamwork really, really strong on the side of Team Hell here. But, maybe they'll be able to turn it around in the Search and Destroy. Definitely got to see them put up a little bit better numbers. We'll have to see if they have a sniping talent that can compete with the likes of High and Slothy, but it's definitely doable.
It is definitely doable. And guys, if you're just now joining us, this is the first round of the B6 Sunday Showdown. Seminole and Hell are fighting it out. If you're taking a look at the bracket with me, you'll notice that a few teams are DQ'd or forfeited, just didn't have. Everybody knows that Champs was like pretty slim, kept these guys real busy this weekend. So some of the teams that actually going to go ahead and forfeit due to that is going to be XRK, NYSL Mayhem. We won't see them. We won't see Zygnus Esports in the mix either. They secured a spot in Stage 4. So, of course, this is going to be a tough time for some of these Tier 1 teams to, justify showing up for a weekly event like this. Everyone knows that Champs has precedence, and if your team's been playing in Champs all weekend long, I can guarantee you that you're tired of playing at this point. So hopefully we'll see these guys back next weekend. I don't know what Champs has in store for next weekend or what that schedule's looking like, but I would assume that it's going to be something very similar. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. But, if it continues to do like this, I would assume Seminole is just going to continue to, run the tables here at the B6 Sunday Showdown. They did it last week. They looking like they might do it here this week again with Zygnus Esports dropping out, with XRK dropping out, NYSL Mayhem dropping out. It's not looking too good for the rest of the competition. We'll see how they fare here, as Hell Esports going to be the first opponents for this returning champs in Seminole. We'll see how they fare here as we're getting geared up for game number 2. Predictions. If anything happens here, I would assume that this would be the only opportunity, to take us to a game 3. We'll see if Hell can secure that. As I say that, I'm on board with Hacks, who's got the bomb. We're going to see Bear pick up 1 shot, 1 kill. Victor going to go down to Slothy. It is looking a lot like Seminole might take this game too.
Yeah, definitely looking like it could be the case. And, again, I don't think anybody really expects any different. But this is the place that we would typically give a team an edge. If you were going to have a strong sniping talent, there is an opportunity where you can maybe take an edge over a stronger team just on some key picks. So this round, not the round for Hell. But, I mean, bringing it down to 2 players on the side of Seminole, not bad turnout for them.
Round number 2, hopefully looking a little better for Hell, as I'm going to go ahead and say it. Seminole started off pretty dominant. They picked up 2 big kills, but that did not discourage the rest of the Hell players, as 2 frags went right into their favor. We'll see a botched nade come through from Seminole. It's not going to make it out of that window sight. As I say that, Victor's going to come in from the contest. He's going to be lasered by Hacks. Hack's going to go ahead and pick up his secondary, the PP-19 Bison, and then High is actually going to be AFK and spawn. As soon as I said that, he started to move. So this week I do see Vague playing, which you know, kind of makes me sad because I don't think we're going to go ahead and see Forsaken. He's one of our favorite players to watch. I don't think we're going to see him this week. We'll see if he makes a attempt to come in. Bear sniping, 3-3 scenario. Spark picks up one. RX NC gonna take down Vague. Vague, they get traded. That's crazy. The nade came through for Vague. Hax picks up that last kill, and it is 2-0 in favor of the guys over at Seminole. Yo, Explicit, what's good, homie? What's good? Appreciate that sub, my guy.
Yeah, overall, good start for Seminole, specifically Slothy, who's rocking a 4-1 KD right now. Does look like we may have... Maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was a glitch. I thought we had someone AFK in spawn, but that's not the case. 1-for-1 trade off the back. It is Hell Kiwi for Slothy, which is a pretty good trade in my book for them. We'll have to see if they can continue to roll with it. If you pick up the likes of... Well, it's kind of hard to say because all these guys have so much talent, but another 1-for-1 trade coming in through. Vague for Victor. Spark finds Bear as well. I think for the first time, Hell are looking at a player advantage over the side of Seminole. RXNC, he's going to find the kill onto High. And now it's just Hax in a 1v3.
Yep, Hax indeed. I was actually spectating Spark when he took down Bear. And I got to say, I kind of like his movement. He was peeking the top side of the second story, like P2 area, where Bear was. And he wasn't just peeking the same angles. He was pushing back and forth between the object that was in front of him, kind of creating a little bit of adversity for Bear, and ultimately got the 1v1 snipe off to go through too. So Spark picking up some big frag here in round number 3. 3-1 man advantage. Hax got the bomb in hand. He's going to be making his rotations over towards this B site. Only got about 30 seconds left. It's looking pretty good for Hell Esports. A much needed round that they have been desperate of taking here. We're going to see the bomb get pushed B. He might be able to do the deed and get out of there. Spark might be able to sound it off. I think he heard him as he is going to be spotted. Oh, misses that first shot. Hax playing well disciplined. Going to go ahead and rotate into the B building area where he will be contested by multiples. Bomb's going to get fake or defused. He picks up one, picks up two. The teabags come through. No, I think he was just proning. 4-1 for the guys over, or 4-1 for Hax here, as he's looking to close this 1v3 clutch out. He's going to take some shots on RX, and this is looking like a complete throw from Hell Esports.
Is it? That frag was... Oh.
Oh, that's tough, bro. That was so tough to watch.
Hax was relying on that frag. I thought he was going to go for the defuse, and instead didn't. Even if you win that gunfight at that point, you lose the round. So I think going for the defuse was the play there. But anyway, again, it is Seminole, so kind of take it with a grain of salt that Hell are a much lesser known team, as well as haven't seemingly had any breakout players quite the way we know the members of Seminole to be. You have Hax rotating right into the sights of RXNC. That's going to be one kill and an advantage going over to them. But the refrag comes through for Slothy. 1-for-1 trade. And things looking pretty solid right now for Seminole.
Yep, it's a 4v4, but let's be realistic. Their 4v4s are more like 8v4s. Kiwi might be able to take down Vague here. Vague takes down one before he is eventually... No, Slothy going to be there. Victor going to go ahead and take down Vague. Slothy, or Victor's going to take down Slothy, and Victor, or I couldn't tell who that was. High is nonetheless going to be in a 1v3. He's got a sniper in hand. All three players are going to be on this backside building of A, where shots are going to be taken, nades are going to be thrown, and they're not going to be able to get them now, but it does look like what a very good smoke or unique smoke throw there, bro. Go ahead and clearing it off. You see him throwing it like it was a nade or something? Peaks one, good shots from High.
High with only 2 kills on the board definitely feels a little bit iffy, and you know, again, these rounds have not been super convincing for the side of Seminole, so I think that is, again, a little bit of a saving grace. Oh, the hit marker. Oh, that feels so bad. That's a big yikes, but that is going to be a round clutched up for the guys over at Hell.
Well, you know what? I think Forsaken's got to change his name for sure this time. It can't be High is the best. It's got to be Hax is the best because he was able to clutch the 1v3, whereas High was not able to. Granted, he hit the hit marker. It's, you know, it's one of those moments that
if he had a Bison, he would have won that gunfight.
If he had a Bison, he would have won that gunfight. Vague, oh my God, Vague gets sparked. High gonna get the refrag.
Pick up another
That's
one
a
there.
one-for-one trade there.
Yeah, so far up to 4 kills for High, almost able to clutch up that last round. He is going to jump the corner there, almost gets taken down. He is going to live with just a slight sliver of HP. He'll make it out alive, and that's not good for the guys over at Hell Esports, so we'll have to see how they're going to deal with that as Hax has the bomb going down. High finds one, might be looking for another here, depending on the rotation from Jared and Victor. Bear able to pick up Spark. It's now a 3 versus 2. High knows where they're both coming from, unfortunately misses the shot, but I don't think Seminole are really in a bad position for it.
Or not. This B bomb plant kind of one of those areas where, you know, it's a last resort. They stacked A so heavily, it was no way that they were going to get there. Hax takes down Victor. Bear going to go down from Jared, a 1-for-1 trade, but Hax and High are still alive. Hax picks up that last frag. We're going to flip sides with Seminole being up 4-1. And right now, Hell Esports, several opportunities that they could have clutched up and made this a closer matchup. The Hax 1v3 was one of them. There's no excuse for having 2 players on the bomb site and one not protecting. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of the biggest drops so far that I can see from the Hell Esports team. Other than that, I'd have to say I have to agree with you. The Search and Destroy games have not been very convincing so far. Kiwi going to pick up 1, going to pick up 2. Kiwi going to pick up 3. He is on a spree. Bear going to be left in a 1v3. We've seen it done before. Will Bear be able to clutch it up? We saw Hax clutch it up earlier. We saw High choke it earlier. Well, it wasn't really a choke. It was just more along the lines of his clutch ability is just not as good as Hax's.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely got to believe in Bear, you know, being on this Seminole roster, but, you know, the 1v3, not necessarily an easy feat. He does have a Renetti in hand, so basically an SMG in his pocket. But we'll have to see. These are going to be a couple important next few seconds here. We do have Jared with the bomb. They might be looking for a plant here shortly. Bear jumping up into the high ground, but you don't really have sight over B from there. You just kind of got the window. He might find one. He's going to pick off Spark, and that is a little less fortunate for Hell, but they get the plant going down right now. They're too high away to stop it, and now he's forced to play against the clock. 40 seconds to find a double kill and a defuse. Have to see what he can bring to the table. Got members of Hell getting set up to look over the bomb site. Bear is very likely rotating up behind Kiwi here. Might be able to pick up the 1. Well, Kiwi doesn't have ears. Can't hear anything going on. Hit marker's going to come through.
Man.
Submachine gun in the pocket. Going to work out for Bear.
Oh,
but
Jared.
Over challenges, and Jared going to go ahead and clean that one up.
Jared. Good for you, my guy. 2-4 going into the 7th round. Bear not able to clutch it up. Hax is the GOAT, as he is the only one who has been able to clutch up a 1v3 so far in this matchup. It's actually top fragged, so it kind of makes sense as I'm taking a look at the KDs. 8-3. I gotta say, the 3-1 man advantage for Hell Esports, it looked like they were playing in a 1v3 situation. They were moving so slowly. You know, ultimately they were able to take that round, but you know, it kind of concerns me when you see 3 players moving so slowly together like that. You got 1 Bear, you know, alive. High and Hax gonna be the last 2 alive. Hax gonna be moving towards the middle of the map, rotating under this little construction area, where actually he's gonna make his way over to the site where 3 players yet again for the guys over at Hell Esports. 1 player gonna go down. 2 players gonna go down. 3rd player gonna get FHJ Hax. You're a GOAT, bro. What a play.
Yeah, Hacks, even dating back to his when he was on the Tribe roster, was a very, very underrated player. He has a lot of really good gun skill, as well as plays the objective very well in all modes. So, very, very valuable player for Seminole to have here. One of the many underage talents in NA who will be turning 18 shortly, who we will probably see in one of the upcoming seasons. Bear, going to pick up one, gets refragged by Kiwi, but Hacks, he finds number 2. Slothy finds number 3. Hacks with number 4, and now it's Kiwi alone versus the remaining members of Seminole, and this is looking like a quick 2-0 for the night.
This looking like a quick 2-0 here in the first round. Is Kiwi going to be knifed by none other than Slothy? Hell Esports going to drop in 2. Seminole, as everyone expected, is going to be moving on to the second round. Feel bad for Hell Esports, but I gotta say, the Search and Destroy went a lot better than I expected it to. The hardpoint was actually pretty decent too, so they've got some some potential to build upon. But Hacks came through and just absolutely, demolished this roster of the Search and Destroy. 14 kills to end that matchup with. Popping off. Hey baby, what are you doing? Herschel trying to get up in the action too, bro, but you don't want to get on camera. You're just a camera tease, bro.
Everybody in chat wants Herschel on camera, though. Let's be real here. Everybody wants to see
Let's see if we get Hirsch. Hey. I can't get him. Let's see if I can get him. Hey, Poops. Hey, how you doing?
Murky in chat says it's always the underage teams that are insane. You're not wrong here, Murky. You're definitely not wrong here.
You are not wrong here, my guy. All right, everyone saw her. She's still sitting right here. As soon as I can get a second camera to cater to him, definitely gonna get him on stream more often. Always wants to come up here next to my lap, but he's too big to sit into it. Like, he's so big he won't jump into my lap.
Well, I mean,
like this.
That's good and bad, right? Like,
yeah,
like he knows the limit. You get these other dogs that get real big and they still think they're a lap dog, and boom,
like, you're 100 pounds, bro. You're not a lap dog.
Family jewels.
Yeah, that's my mom's dog for sure. My mom's dog is like literally 110 pounds, and all he wants to do is jump on your lap in the couch, and he
live
wants
there.
to sit.
Yeah,
you cannot move your leg at all. Dude is just a brick. Won't move. Nonetheless, we'll take a look at the bracket here so everyone is on the same page. Seminole does move on. They're going to be playing Prophecy in the second round. Operation 34 on the backs of a DQ or forfeit from Stellar are going to move on to take on Obsidian, who also moved on due to a forfeit. Efficient and Vipers, that result has not been announced yet. They will play Lux, who moves on via a forfeit. ARP Latham going to be moving on after a forfeit from Zygnus. Community Esports going to move on the backs of Primal forfeit. So we're going to get the second round rolling here shortly, but until then, we're actually going to take a moment to thank our sponsors, guys. We'll be right back momentarily. We are back live for some second round action. It's your boy Verdict. You guys got to see Herschel the Great right here in my lap just a minute ago. Absolutely adorable. The love of my life. He's like a little son to me. Game one about to start up. It's going to be a Hardpoint Summit. We see players from both teams coming into the lobby. Prophecy looking to take on the reigning champs in Seminole, and with not as much competition as we normally see, I would expect them to, take this series in 2. Crazier things have been done, but let's just be honest, man. It's looking like another week of Seminole, right?
It sure looks that way right now.
It is. As I'm taking a look at it, Hardpoint Summit, S&D takeoff again, and domination rate if we go to a game 3. That is where we're going to see the action. The challenge on bracket is up there for you guys to peek. If you see a 3-0 in the first 2 rounds, it'll let you know that was forfeit due to teams not being able to show up. It's a situation that we have tried to, keep under control, but let's just be honest. If you're in champs, dude, it is pretty impossible to, justify playing in a weekly tournament. As I say that.
Oh, for sure.
Skittles, Airheads.
Especially after you've been playing all weekend.
Oh, bro, man. I would be sick of the game. Where's Daycam? Day is feeling, he had a headache a little while ago, so I didn't make him do a face cam. He's in the dark right now watching the game. So
we got our brightness turned on our monitor down quite a bit. Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. But if you're looking forward to seeing Day on cam, look forward to it on his channel tomorrow, as we will both be actually casting. Well, actually, I'll be playing in the NA Trovo Showdown, and I'll also be casting the EU one. The EU one's going to start off at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and the NA Showdown is going to start on 4 p.m. Eastern Time. My channel will be the EU channel, and his will be for the NA channel. We're both going to be casting with Aeolus from Trovo, so it's going to be a pretty decent affair. It was great last time. Day was actually supposed to cast last time as well, but he had a situation with his power. Some say that nowhere because Verdict is an attention freak. Yeah, you're so right, Matt. You're so right. That is 100% accurate. That's right. I tell people not to show their face so that way I can attention whore myself.
That sounds about right.
I don't know where these guys get this stuff from. Hirsch, what do you think, buddy? Oh, he's eating. He ain't paying attention. Actually, he started looking back to him. He's like, what? Jesus. Alright, we got everybody in the lobby. Need Vague, Slothy, Hacks, and Bear to ready up. Get this puppy on the road. I am looking to see if these guys are in VC. Doesn't look like they're going to be in VC. Yeah, they are in VC. They're just not in the Meeseeks Alpha channel like they were last week.
Costy, NYSL and XRK/ARP have been playing in Stage 3 all weekend. In fact, they still have games going on now, I believe. So that is why they pulled for tonight. But probably next weekend I would think we see them again, so make sure you guys definitely come around for that. But we still have some great matchups ahead of you guys. While we expect this to be probably a 2-0 victory going over to the side of Seminole, there's definitely some players on the side of Prophecy that have shown a bit of promise. So you're going to be looking at the likes of Skittles, Kit Kat, and Oreo specifically, in my opinion. But we'll see as things move on. I mean, again, we firmly expect a 2-0 victory for Seminole here, but we also expected that against, I believe, let's see, they played Explicit, last week? And Explicit pushed them to a Game 3, so definitely some possibilities for upsets here.
Wiki looking to start a petition to unmod Matt. That might be a possibility, bro. That might be a possibility. But I kind of like it when annoying people come into the channel and, mod, because then I know for sure that they're doing their job. Oh, man. Hacks and High all going to be taken down. Kit Kat picks up a nice 2-piece. Skittles picks up another one as well. Kit Kat and Team Prophecy looking to give Seminole a run for their money. As I say that, Oreo going to come through, take down High, but is instantly traded by Slothy. So P1 heavily contested. Nonetheless, it is going to go in the favor of the guys over at Seminole at the moment. As I say that, Skittles actually going to go ahead and push through for a contest, and it is a back-and-forth affair.
Yeah, a lot of kills coming through for both of these teams. Skittles, as expected, kind of the one leading the team right now. Oh, unfortunate for Oreo, doesn't check the stairs. Hacks was making the rotation up. He's going to pick up the kill there. Skittles finally goes down 6-2. Top fragging for the lobby currently.
Yeah, he's going to pick up a cheeky one on Slothy there, but Vay going to get the refrag. Vay going to be traded in P2 transition starting to come through. Nade from High. What a nade as he takes down Foe. KitKat going to get blasted too. High popping off with the Fennec P2 transitions that made both teams. Hacks going to be spotting backside towards the plow side of the map. Skittles going to be there to be blasted. Oreos as well. Vague picking up that kill, but that was a team affair.
Yeah, Oreo peeked that corner, and I don't think he was expecting 2 guns to be aimed down his mouth there, but that is what happened. Oreo gonna pick up 1 before dropping, and so far a pretty even game. Gotta definitely give props to Prophecy for the fight they're putting up right now. It still have potential to come through with a possible win. Oreo gonna slide, finds 1, Hacks finds the refrag, and we'll be getting ready to move over to P3 here shortly.
Yep, and based off of this rotation, it's really going to determine who's going to continue with the lead. If it's going to be Seminole, they have a stout hold, 2 players backside, Vague and High. Or actually not High, that was Hacks. No, that was Bear, maybe. Bear coming through for the anchor. Skittle's going to spawn right in front of him. Skittle's going to go ahead and take some shots on High, but High is going to get better at that trade. And they're going to yet again spawn right behind this tower site, as P3 transitions have been made, and it is looking like all Seminole at the moment. Bear coming through with the anchor. Hacks, Death Machine in hand. He's not going to get any contest towards that catwalk. They're going to be pushing through the front door. Skittles and Airheads looking to tag team. They both get lasered. KitKat get lasered. Oreo right there as well. Not going to be the foolish one to push right up the middle again. He is going to be taken down by Slothy. And Seminole, after being contested for the first 2 points, are finally going to be able to get a complete hill on this P3 rotation. And I don't believe the guys over at Prophecy are going to be able to get in for this contest.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be the case, and these are pretty difficult hard points to break, so you definitely got to give these guys credit for the work they're putting in. They are going to pick up some trickle at the end, but what was a even game is now Seminole sitting at a 50-point lead, and they have control of P4 as well, so there is actually a pretty big probability that the game might end on P4 here, and even if it doesn't, it's probably Seminole within a couple points of doing so, so we'll have to see what comes through. Of course, Seminole on point right from the start. They've got spawns, they've got positions, they've got the gun skill. Hacks is going to pick up a kill. Vague gets traded out. High finds the refrag. And Seminole actually off the point right now. It does look like they are going to slide back on in to get that control. But we will for sure be going to a P1 second rotation.
For sure. As I'm taking a look at it, man, what is Hacks on right now? He popped off in game or round 1. He's popping off here in game 1 of this round 2. Picks up a sentry gun kill as well. He is just a force right now, 21-5. Also got to give a shout out to Slothy, 24-8. Not necessarily the best or better KD, but he has done some work too here. 0 seconds in the OBJ though. That's probably going to be the difference. Hacks 117 seconds. Good God. P4 transitions have been fair to the guys over at Seminole. They're going to be looking to close things out here in P1. As I do see already a stout hold on it. KitKat going to get some trades there, but not going to be able to contest. Oreo will be, but Oreo is going to be shot down. It's going to be 3, 2, and 1. Count it. Game 1 going to go in favor of Seminole, 150-45.
Yeah, with 2 sentry guns watching over the B point there, it was definitely going to be a hard break for the guys over at Prophecy. But again, they kind of came out of the gate firing here, and I think Skittle specifically showed that, you know, he can compete with the guys at Seminole, you know, but the real question here is how long can he keep it up? Because we are going into Search and Destroy, where the underdogs have a little bit more opportunity just because it's a lot easier to not get snowballed, especially on a map like Summit, where the spawns can be so very punishing at times if you don't have control. And that's a lot of what we witnessed here. Some really good play coming out of Seminole, able to get the spawns, able to maintain control, and they started to really take off from P3. They developed a little lead on P2, but P3 and P4 really sealed the deal for them. And we know the talent these guys have, including in Search and Destroy. So it is going to be a difficult battle for Prophecy, but you know, we definitely got to wish these guys the best so we can see some good competition.
Yep. Game 1 started off a bit competitive, and then it just got out of hand after that P3 transition, as you said. And it didn't help that Seminole had I think they had like 15 seconds left in the point and left one there, which was Bear. Bear was going to be able to pick up a little bit of scrap time, nonetheless, just kind of keep the team of Prophecy there like occupied. So P4 transitions were smooth. Seminole, yet again, running the tables. We'll see if they can close it out here in 2, as we do see S&D take off yet again. I'm kind of, shaking my head like, what is going on? What's up with these map selections? Need some variety in my life. As this is a best of 3. The next round, the semifinals, will be a best of 5. We'll see how they fare, as I'm taking a look at the brackets and trying to see who they can potentially play. It's going to be either Operation 34 or Obsidian. As I'm looking at Gillstream, I think he is on board with Operation 34. Nope, he's on board with ARP. ARP looking pretty stout right now. They take a first win, 150-49, and their best of 3 matchup in the second round. As I do believe they're taking on, let me check that, Community Esports. So, yeah, that's probably going to be the only competition that, I'm not being disrespectful when I say that, but let's be realistic. ARP probably going to be the only competition for Seminole tonight, just like Explicit was last week, as a lot of teams who registered, unregistered, whatnot, due to Masters last weekend. This weekend, nothing different. A lot of players and a lot of teams playing they're still playing in Stage 3. So definitely making for an easy run for Seminole. They're not getting the practice that they need, but, easy money for them, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely looking to be the case, especially if some of that upper tier NA talent doesn't come to challenge them. And I don't think that they're going to complain getting a nice little cash out weekly. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Again, I think specifically when we get past this weekend, when the likes of your XRK/ARP, your Arsenal, your NYSL, your Explicit, teams that have been playing again all weekend long, probably just a little bit tired, and again, really focusing on the games at hand, because fighting for that world spot is obviously not to like down talk Meeseeks here, but like what's on the table for competing in Stage 4 versus what's on the table for Meeseeks, not even the same world, right? Like,
definitely not.
And again, that's not to talk down to Meeseeks, right? Like, you guys are killing it for a homegrown tournament org, hitting a lot of the spaces, doing big things for the community, offering different avenues of competitiveness to some of these teams. So, gotta definitely give credit to them.
We appreciate that here. We're getting geared up for Game 2, and I don't think our mod has changed anything, which makes me think he might be AFK. So, let me check in with Hello real quick. We will be jumping into the second matchup of this second round. Search and Destroy on Takeoff. Got to figure out the mod situation first, as we are getting down to this potential last game of this series. Looks like we're going to have one player subbing out. Oreo going to be hitting that sub button. We'll see if our mod is AFK. No, just a ping issue right now. Gotcha. Okay. Now I just think we're playing the waiting game. Alright, so tomorrow we're going to have some action-packed events. As I said earlier, I'll be casting the EU Trovo Showdown on my channel. That starts at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to see day casting the NA Trovo Showdown, in which I will also be playing in. So we're going to get a little bit of verdict on the EU scene and a little bit of verdict on the NA scene. You can catch all of that tomorrow live on my channel and his channel respectively. Again, 2 p.m. Eastern Time for the EU Trovo Showdown, and then 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the NA Trovo Showdown, where Dave will be casting with Aeolus. Gonna be a sweet one, as last month's was super sweaty. I think Hitman took down Bobby's team. I think they lost 1 game in total. And I gotta say, they pretty much brought the heat for all those matchups, as we're getting set up for the Search Destroy. Finally, there we go. Got everything ready to go. He's checking the map selections and everything. Finally, not waiting on him. As I said that.
Well, I gotta say, if you guys like Verdict and you like watching bots get killed,
yes,
I got an event for you tomorrow.
Yes. Who are some of the players? I was checking out the announcement.
I don't know
page.
if you remember this, but I just found out I was casting that like 20 minutes ago.
Literally, maybe an hour ago.
Maybe an hour ago, yeah.
Let's see. So it's Team Bobby versus Team Noah. God, I hope I get picked by Noah. No offense to Bobby, but Noah is just... Noah's cracked, bro. Noah's cracked.
Noah is really good at every game he plays.
Okay, so Mod6 is playing too. I feel a little better about myself. Mod6, great player, don't get me wrong, but he's probably that same skill, barrier or skill level that I am. And Vade can't cast, even if we didn't have Aeolus, he's actually playing in it too. So some of the players that are available to be picked from: Aerith, Verdict, Mod6, Vade, Hitman, Cyber, Little B, and Space. Mod6 and I will definitely be the last picks. Just saying.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
Definitely know all that. I definitely... What is going on, dude? Okay, so we had to change mods.
Well, hopefully we'll get you guys in the game here soon, because Seminole, they're on a streak. We've got them on the big screen once again. And it's looking like another week that Seminole is going to be cashing out on a nice little bit of Meeseek's cash.
Compliments of the man, the myth, the legend, Grimity himself, the CEO and owner of... What the hell? Did we just select random? We're going to play in Tunisia. I knew this was going to happen. We'll see how long it takes for them to back out.
Is Tunisia even in the map rotation?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. I mean, I'm down for it. We haven't seen it in a while,
Bro,
but...
I love Tunisia. Tunisia is like one of my favorite maps for Search and Destroy. Like the only map you can play, or this is the only game mode that you can play. Okay, 707 leaves. Yep. Okay. So I guessed it. They're gonna go ahead and bounce out of the lobby. We're gonna go ahead and bounce out of the lobby. We never really went to the lobby, to be honest. What's up, Hirsch?
Someone died. We gotta play it. No, I'm just kidding.
As Skittles was the last one in the lobby, he is gonna be displayed there. Got his sweet champ skin on. Hate I didn't get it on that. Yes! Yes! Fire and Rain Search and Destroy. Thank you, Celestial. Someone who makes sense. It was actually supposed to be S&D Takeoff, but thank God we won't see that map again. Celestial is a real one. Alright, game 2, about to start off. Search and Destroy on firing range, not Takeoff, right? As we're getting these guys readied up in lobby. We didn't really even go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I didn't even transition screen because I knew we were going to go back.
Sometimes it happens. You know, we're all human here. People make mistakes.
We'll see if Seminole makes any mistakes here and drops any bit of this game. I don't think they will. I think this is going to be a crisp matchup here for game 2. I think Seminole going to go ahead and get that ticket into the semifinals. There we go. We got everyone readied up with the exception of Kit Kat and Faux Lemon. Faux Lemon. Sounds like a terrible bad guy name.
What, are we assuming that he's a bad guy? That sounds like what's going on here.
Oh, that's not what I'm assuming. I said the name sounds like a bad guy name.
Uh-huh.
A bad villain name. Faux Lemon. Fake lemon.
Indeed.
Fugazi.
Yeah, we'll definitely have an interesting game ahead of us here. Again, if anything is going to happen, I would expect we're going to be looking at probably a Seminole win here, but I also don't want to count the guys on Prophecy out too much because, again, overall, they've been actually pretty impressive players. So, you know, specifically looking at the likes of Skittle definitely shows a lot of potential, but this is also Seminole we're talking about here, and they are out the gate with a fury. 5 clean kills, clean sweep round for them, and that is going to lead us into round 2.
It is flawless victory there in round 1. Nobody drops for Seminole. All 5 drop for the boys over at the people over at Prophecy. We're going to see Bear. Oh, I got a spectator glitch. That's pretty unique. Looks like maybe a PDW. I'm gonna swap out. Let's see what Vague's got going on. He's got the whole grid in. Tries to fight. What the hell is that trophy system? That's a friendly trophy system, my guy. Tried to get the wall bangs to come through. Not gonna happen. Slothy goes down as Vague gonna go ahead and very disrespectfully gets that bomb plant down. Not even checking inside of trailer where he had someone there, but it looks like that's going to be 707. He's going to be blasted. Kit Kat and Airheads. Actually, Airhead's going to go down. Skittles and Kit Kat are going to be the last 2 alive. It's a 2v3 scenario. Much better round for Prophecy, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. We'll see. As I do see Kit Kat peek at this barrel side. Slow peek, bro. Slow peeking it. Spots hacks. Lasered. And now Vague going to be left in a 1v2 scenario, throws the nade. Gonna get the hit marker. Doesn't matter. I think he got the defuse. As Vague did not bait that nade at all.
Yep, that's gonna be a tied up game now between these two teams. So, like I said, this Prophecy roster, maybe not exactly the talent that we have on the side of Seminole, but definitely a team that has potential in its own right. And, you know, I'm always willing to give credit where credit's due, and any team that can push back against Seminole right now is A-okay in my book.
We're going to see High take down 1. Slothy picks up another. Bomb is going to be pushed towards this A site, and it's going to be another flawless round potentially as the smoke clears. Kit Kat going to be the last one alive. Going to take a shot, misses 1. High going to be there to get the kill, and another flawless victory round for the guys over at Seminole. They are going to take the lead in a 2-1 fashion, and still a little bit of hope here in the tank for the guys over at Prophecy, but, you know, going against a Seminole roster, the likes of Vague, High, Slothy, Hacks, and Bear, just not looking like today is their day.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is a tall order for the top NA teams, let alone some of the teams still working some kinks out. So we'll have to see what they can bring to the table in the next couple rounds. But that's a big 2-piece out the gate, and it is a 2-for-1 trade overall. We did have Kit Kat fall. Vague rotates behind Fake Lemon, and is he going to pick up a kill there? So it is neutralized a little bit out.
See 707 try and contest the top 10 area where Vague is actually going to be right behind you, brother. What happened? Vague going to take out 2 this round. It's going to be a 1v3. Hacks going to get the better of that trade. We're going to see 3-1 now. Still a much closer matchup here in this second game that we've seen so far. Kind of liking the effort that Prophecy's putting up. Is it going to be enough to take this to a game 3? I don't know. At the moment, Seminole just doing Seminole things. As Dave mentioned, you know, this is going to be a tall order for any of the top tier NA teams, let alone teams that are still trying to work out the kinks and whatnot. Kit Kat going to get slothied. Slothy picks up another on Faux Lemon. And Skittles actually might be able to get the trade there, but Airhead's going to get beamed. Hacks. 2-1's got Skittles on the outside of this wood building. Not going to be able to pick up the frag off the bat, but the wallbang comes through. Skittles going to give away his location. Hacks going to connect that shot. That's going to be 4-1 as we're flipping sides.
Yeah, definitely looking like a Seminole 2-0 at this point. And again, I don't think anybody's really shocked by this. But I definitely was hoping Prophecy were going to push back a little bit more here, and that just hasn't been the case thus far. And sometimes that's just the case. Again, when you're up against the likes of Seminole, you have got to be ready for giving it your all. And Seminole are here, and honestly, I think taking it a little bit easy on the guys here on the side of Prophecy, and it's still not looking good for them. So we'll have to see as we continue on through this series if they can turn it around. There could potentially still be 5 or 6 rounds ahead of us if they find any sort of advantage. But right now, 4 versus 1, looks like it's about to be a 5-1 lead for the side of Seminole.
Yeah, that is looking like it might be the case. Skittles going to be the last one alive. Got a Finnick in hand. High going to go ahead and get that kill. If High didn't pick it up, Slothy was going to be right there to slaughter as he had the knife ready to go. We're going to be on match point here. Seminole might be able to close this out, take us to the semifinals. We'll see if Prophecy is able to answer here as they collect the bomb. They're going to be moving conservatively towards the wood area as Hacks and Slothy. Oh my God, Slothy get beamed. Airheads gets the wall bangs to come through, and honestly, I'm not mad at that shot, bro. I'm kind of digging the fact that he's taking advantage of this wall being bangable, as we do see Slothy go down. Still got 4 players left for Seminole. That gives them a lot of hope. You know, as I mentioned earlier, 4 players for their roster is easily 6 or 7 on others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vay going to come through with a slide peek. Not going to be able to get shots to land initially, but is going to be able to take down Airheads. He's going to get traded as the overextended Skittles there to recover the shots. And it's a 3-all. Bear gets lasered. High gets lasered, and Hacks in a 1v3 takes down 1. Top 10 abusing that little heady. We'll see how he fares here as the bomb is in the hands of Skittles. Making his way to this B site. Hacks going to still remain in the top side of this 10 area. Going to go ahead and fire shots to give away his location. It's not going to prevent Skittles from making this bomb plant, though.
Yeah, definitely not. And I'm glad we're seeing a little bit of fight back from Prophecy here. Again, I don't want to say been on their side, but I've definitely had hopes for them that unfortunately have not yet come to fruition, but definitely have some big opportunity. Davzo, that was the wall is bangable. And you can quote verdict on that one.
The wall bangable.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're going to see a little bit of fight still left in the guys over at Prophecy as they take another round, 2-5 scenario. We'll see if Seminole can close this thing out or if Prophecy is just going to be too OP for this roster. Takes us to another round, and Airheads fusing the wall, top side of wood, trying to get something to land. Hacks is going to be spotted. Hacks going to go ahead and retreat as he was kind of out in the open. We'll see how he fares here as Airhead's going to push out for the shots. Gets lasered. 3v4 or 3v3 now as Hacks evens it up. Kit Kat going to be up the top side of wood. Kit Kat plays it very smoothly. Vague going to be the last one alive, 1v3 scenario. And Prophecy looking a lot better on this attacking side now.
Yeah, so far looking pretty good. Vague was looking for the melee kill there, couldn't quite find it, and that's going to be a clutch up by the side of Prophecy. You definitely feel a little bit of trolling going on, for sure, on the side of Seminole right now, so I don't know, man. If you sleep on Prophecy, they might be able to take this one. I definitely would expect here in the next couple rounds, probably start taking things a little bit more seriously on the side of Seminole.
Kit Kat has other plans. Gets a hit marker on Vague before he takes down Slothy. And now it is a 5-4 scenario. Vague super weak. Gonna go ahead and throw the smoke down. Retreat this A long area. Vague has been pretty decent here in the Search and Destroy matchup. A High gonna drop as well. So 5-3, 707 going to be top tower area. The nade is going to get baked. We'll see if it lands from Vague. It does!
Ooh.
Vague with the OP nade placement. Bomb is down at B. 35 seconds left for the Seminole roster. We'll see if they'll be able to take this shots. Get Kit Kat and Skittles. Kit Kat going to be spotted. Kit Kat, what are you doing, my guy? You must be deaf. Could not hear Vague. Nonetheless, Bear picks him and Skittles up. He's going to go ahead and get the defuse. Seminole going to be moving on to the semifinals yet again this week, looking to close things out in dominant fashion. Possibly another finals trip for the guys over at Seminole.
It's definitely looking like it. I mean, again, a lot of the top NA talent is currently missing. And I think that's a big factor, right? Like, we don't really expect many of these teams to be able to put up a very big fight against Seminole. And again, that's not really to disrespect any of those teams. That is just a flat-out Seminole, by all means, is a team that if they would have played in Masters last week, they may be in the finals. They may take the whole thing, but unfortunately for them, due to some age restrictions, that was not possible, but something we'll definitely see out of these guys in the future. I think at least 3 of their members turn 18 before 2022. We got a couple November and December birthdays for these guys, so definitely be on the lookout for them in future main stage seasons.
Absolutely, guys. Stay tuned. We are going to have some semifinal action coming up. Before we do that, we're going to give another moment to thank our sponsors as they have came through with some pretty OP ads. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with the action here shortly. back live for the BSeek Sunday Showdown. We've got a pretty stout semifinals matchup. As I was saying, ARP might be the only, team to actually contest this Seminole roster. I see Washi, Neurals, and Mercia in the Op34 slot. So, sheesh, we actually might see a decent matchup here in the semifinals. Waiting for High to move down as the players from Op34 trying to give him direction. Is that Wally? Is that who that is? That's not the Neurals. That's definitely Wally. Gotta be Wally, right?
Based on the picture, I would think so.
Yeah.
Plus, he also raided you momentarily ago,
So that makes sense.
Plus Washi,
Yeah. I could dig that.
I'm pretty hyped for it.
Definitely going to be our first series that will be competitive. We're waiting on map bans right now and map rotations. As I say that Sparrow and Annihilator are banned as per the normal. Master rule set is what we use. We don't necessarily require you to be on phone. We encourage it as, for Masters, it is definitely all phone. So, game number 1 are going to start up here shortly. It looks like we might be starting on a Hardpoint Summit from the looks of it. Trying to see the Op34 roster to see if, in fact, that is Wally or not. Chat, if you know, let me know. That is Wally, yes. Neurals, thank you. I can trust you. You are definitely a point of contact that is highly respectable in the COD mobile scene. So I'll take Neurals' word for it. If I'm trolled, it'll be on me. But I'll definitely keep that in mind. Moving on, Game 1, Hardpoint Raid, actually, as I do see the game change. Waiting on these players to ready up, and expectations. These are the best of 5, so we're going to see at least 3 games here. I'm expecting this to go to at least 4, because I'm seeing 5, DePau, Washi, and Wally. This is definitely some heavy competition for Seminole.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a big one. I actually was... I did not quite know that Washi was playing for O34, or at least for this weekend, obviously. It kind of just definitely changed up the competition a lot. We were expecting Seminole to roll on through this. With the likes of Wally and Washi, definitely a big chance we at least see a Game 3 here.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to see a Game 3 here. It's a best of 5. I'm expecting at least
Game 4 here.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting a Game 4 myself. This is a pretty stout roster, if I don't say so myself. 5. I don't know if that's the 5 that I'm thinking of that we see in chat.
5, correct.
Okay. Washi, DePau. Is it DePau a former 11E member?
Not that I remember under that name. Maybe XRK?
DePau is Raven. Raven was a part of the 11E roster at some point.
No, Raven was part of the Zygnus roster.
Zygnus roster, the NL, the Nativos Latinos, never mind.
Yes,
Just kidding.
Yep, so yeah, a lot of talent on this roster, definitely some potential. We'll have to see what they bring to the table. Obviously, Seminole, a group of players that have been playing together for, many seasons at this point, right? So you definitely expect a little bit of maybe more try-hardiness coming out of them for this matchup, knowing their competition. But we'll have to see. Maybe at the same time, we could be overestimating what Operation 34 brings to the table. We may be underestimating it. It's hard to say until we see what they actually bring, and we do have players leaving the game. I think a player had left before that kill came through, but I don't know the ruling on that.
So it did look like Wally was AFK, and 4 players had already left the lobby. We're going to go ahead and bounce out ourselves, getting geared up. And this is an interesting roster and an interesting team that is managed by Applecito. So huge shout out to Applecito coming through in chat, as I just saw GG's Let's Go Op34 coming through. DePau is Raven 2. Yep, Washi coming through in chat. Dude, what's good, Washi? What's good, my guy?
You know, I was kind of wondering. Washi slid in my DMs a little bit ago when we were on the break, and now it's all starting to make sense.
Midge, you are OP, bro, coming through with the 43 Raiders. Got to give a shout out to Vague and to Wally, who raided while we were on break. Appreciate you guys, you coming through in the clutch. Definitely looking forward to some more weeks of the Mystic Sunday Showdown with you guys in it. Moving forward, as I do say that, actually, Wally might be AFK again. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there.
Wally historically has had poop connection, so that is a possibility.
The possibility, and it looks like a 4v5 will ensue. He is actually going to reconnect there, so yeah, we are going to see this action come through. First kill actually came through, and the guys over at Op 34 looking pretty OP here. OP 34. Garcia going to get some contesting from Slothy. Slothy going to get beamed. High going to come through on his solo, and High's going to get traded and taken out. So 15-1 here as Op 34 looking to run tables here in game one. They're definitely making a case here early.
Yeah, there's definitely a big opportunity for Op 34 to come through here. For them to stir up the scene a little bit, because before we saw the changes to this Op 34 roster, we were sitting back, you know, saying, hey, this is looking like a Seminole gonna run this one through week. And that may not be the case here. We do have a lead for Op 34 currently. I did hop into VC with Seminole not too long ago. When we were in the break, I jumped in there to BS with those guys a little bit. I had issued a challenge for them last week if they didn't have any competition to win a game using a 1911 only. And they were like, if it's Op 34 next, we can't do that. So they are prepared to take Op 34 seriously. And definitely for good cause. Op 34 with another hardpoint break here. Denurals 5-2 does end up dropping there, but still a very doable game for both of these teams.
We're going to see Washi get taken down, as 5 was also the last OBJ players in the mix. Vague and Team Seminole on the brink of making their comeback, and they're going to get an early or mid break through this P2 rotation, P3 rotation starting to make sense here for the guys over at Top 34. They are still going to hold mid, trying to prevent the rotations over from Seminole. This is a stacked game. This is, I made a comment earlier, you know, without any context, you would have heard it be like, oh yeah, definitely Seminole would have been uncontested. I'm starting to rethink that statement, as I'm seeing this Op 34 lineup come through. They are just absolutely stacked. 5 going to get the frag there, taking out 1. 5 picking up Bear 2. He's on a bit of a spree. Hack's going to be out. Last player there to contest for this Seminole roster. And Hacks is going to be taken down as Wally picks him up. High also going to be traded. This is a stacked P3 hold for the guys over at Op 34. Much needed one. If you want to continue with this lead or retake this lead, this is where the magic's going to happen. High looking to get some AC control. He's going to be spotted by Wally, and Wally makes him pay. That is going to be a complete hold here. Now, I think a few seconds were contested from Seminole, but I don't believe they were able to get any points and capitalize off this P3 rotation.
Yeah, I mean, this is turning out to be an incredible game right now. I mean, we're sitting 20 points apart between Seminole and Op 34. Op 34 currently in the lead, and that's not a position we've seen any team be in against Seminole for the past 2 weeks. So we'll see what they bring to the table here. So far, looking good for them, though. Denurals sitting up at a solid at 10-5 right now. Looking at Mercia, 13-3. Washi, 16-8. And Seminole, nobody positive right now. We have not seen this ever in a Seminole game here in the Mystic Sunday Showdown.
Yeah, this is the level of competition that the guys over at Seminole needed to have. As, you know, it's kind of been almost like a freebie here last week. This week is going to be a different case. They're going to have to work for their money. 27 seconds left on this P4 rotation. Washi going to spawn right there in jungle. They going to be there to prevent the rotations. And it is starting to look like a little bit of a power shift in favor of Seminole. As I say that, the contest came through and High was able to prevent anybody from Op34 to get in. Neurals, a.k.a. Wally, going to be spotted by Vague. Vague has been on a bit of a spree. He is eventually going to be taken out as Raven's going to be able to pick up that frag. Grass spikes come through, nobody's home. And now, Operation 34 looking to get back in this thing. They're only down by about 31 points. Can't be down anything here, as I do see the sentry gun is going to be taken down. 5 going to be credited for destroying it. Top 34 is looking to get back in the mix. They're only down by about 20 points now as this time is starting to dwindle. We got ourselves a ball game. This is exactly what I wanted to see here in the semifinals. This might even be a good, finals matchup. Let's be realistic. This is probably where we might climax here for the night. ARP is on the opposite side of the bracket, but I'm kind of digging this Op 34 roster. No lie.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a back-and-forth game. Seminoles starting to come back a little bit once again, and only about 10 points between these two teams. We do have Op34 on the point, but it looks like we do have a bit of a break come through from Seminole there. Denurals, a.k.a. Wally, is going to drop there for a second as we are getting set up for next, but, man, it is a big Seminole break. And they're now developed about a 23-point lead. And could potentially, either of these teams could close it out on a full hardpoint hold here.
They could. As I say that, or as we say that, I do see Seminole with a P1 hold that's pretty aggressive. They going to be peeking upside this top red area, going to get taken down. Mercia and Washi looking to make the break come through. 5 going to accompany them. They are going to get the break early on in this P1 transition. Washi trying to utilize this death machine to its fullest. High going to come through. High's going to get taken out before he can. Bay going to get blasted. Bear with the frag as he is going to be top red area. Hacks and team Seminole trying to get back in the mix. All they need is about 18 seconds, but the guys over at Op34 have other plans. Mercia going to be lasered. OBJ Washi, yes, half health. Going to get pushed by High. Going to be taken down, and now we're going to see the transition from Seminole as they're going to need about 15 points to close things out. They're not going to get it here in P1.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very close game still. Both of these teams could be looking to close this out here. Denurals pulls the death machine and is going to get knocked, and that is a bit unfortunate for them. Kitchen getting ready to open. Both teams fighting for the jungle respawn. Denurals gets favorable respawn on the basketball court, but immediately gets dropped, and that's going to be Seminole, who were down a large portion of the game, making a pretty solid comeback. And they end up winning by plus 21.
Yeah, these guys played hella OBJ going into that P3 rotation. Really, really decent fight from both teams, but Seminole is going to come out on top. P3 rotation was very, very bad for Seminole, and everything was on the come up after that. P4 was great. P5, they had an early retake, and P1, they held very good ground on that reset. As I'm taking a look at the scorecard, Washi 29 and 20, 48 seconds on the hill, a minute and 32 for 5, but going 11-23 is just not going to cut it. When you got 3 players in that minute margin, you know that it was a bit of a struggle for containing that OBJ department. And I'm taking a look at it for the guys over at Seminole. They kind of squeezed by this first game with, the fact that they didn't go heavily positive like we're used to seeing. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody with the exception of Bear and High went positive. And that was only +1 kills for both of those guys.
That was only +1, and that was only after making a second half comeback. Everybody was negative the first, until someone hit 100 points, everybody on Seminole was negative, and then we saw a couple players bouncing back and forth between 1 neg and 1 pos. So overall, great outcome for that match. Op34 putting up the best competition they can up against Seminole, who, again, earlier we thought was going to just absolutely rock the competition today. And I have high hopes, especially with the likes of Washi in the Search and Destroy. That sniping talent. High may have something difficult to deal with here.
Oh, absolutely. We've seen, Washi and Wally and all these guys come through and they just outfrag Seminole, but Seminole on the backs of playing some heavy OBJ after that P4 rotation. That power shift went into the hands of Seminole and they were just, a force to be reckoned with. Made a great transition or break into P4, or P5 rather. where Op34 could have taken the lead and ran with it, but Seminole just too OP at the moment as they take game 1. I still think this is going to go to at least a game 4, maybe 5. Definitely going to be the highlight of our night, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a super series to look up for. Do we know what the other semifinals match going on right now is?
I think it's Op30, or not Op34, good God. ARP and Lux. ARP.
Okay, so ARP did show up.
ARP did show up. They are taking on Lux right now in the semifinals, which is being held on Gilmania's channel from the looks at it. Let's see if I can get a little bit more of a perspective. It looks like ARP is taking the lead here. No, they're not. They're actually losing to Lux.
Interesting.
The domination. They're already in game 3. Good God.
Game 3 and Lux is beating ARP?
Oh no, actually they're losing in the domination. Just kidding. So I'm trying to look at it at the stream, just not looking too bright.
Yeah, definitely. If ARP move on to the finals, you know, assuming they can secure their domination, we may still have another really good matchup ahead of you. And if Seminole do pull through here, I think that would give a good perspective onto just how good this team is, because we haven't really seen a week with them where they've been compared to the likes of your Tribes or your NYSLs, and they are a very, very strong team, and I definitely think that, you know, going up against ARP/formerly XRK, that is a good measure of where they really stand as far as skill in the competitive scene. Specifically looking at the fact that XRK/ARP, they came in, what, 3rd place in the first portion of placements for Masters. I think they ended up seeding, like, 5th. So, depending on the performance Seminole puts up against them, that's a pretty solid way to measure, you know, hey, how up at the top of NA are Seminole, or are we maybe overshooting it because we haven't seen them face off against those higher NA teams? So I'm excited for it. We're here for it if that ends up being the case. But first, Seminole have to get through Operation 34, who are not looking to be a pushover team. That was a incredibly tense hardpoint raid in which Op34 actually held the lead most of the game until pretty much the last hardpoint and a half. And they are currently in the lead in Search and Destroy, but it's looking like this is probably going to end up being a tie round here pretty soon, unless if Wally is able to come through with a big clutch for the team.
Well, he picked off one in, I couldn't remember who it was, but Wally looking like he might be able to pick up, oh man, the botch nade. Hack's going to come through with a slide peek. Hacks gets the better of that trade. And now it is a tie game, just as you said. Op34 is still looking like a force to be reckoned with. Had a very great first round. A very great hard point indeed, as you noted. Gonna have to be a little bit more stout here and a little bit more follow through in this Search and Destroy, as first round goes in favor of Op34, but Seminole still holding their own. Neuros, oh my god, lasers vague there as he picks up his 4th. 4 and 2, Bear gonna be oust. It's a 2-2 now. High with bomb in hand. Hacks already clearing snow. High going to go ahead and get the come through, or the communications to go ahead and go through and make that bomb plant. Going to push the clock to 45 seconds. Pressure on for Wally and Mercia. They're going to have a 2v2, a very stout 2v2. Hacks going to go ahead and pick up that first kill, and Mercia going to be left on their own. It's looking like Seminole might be able to take another round here.
It is certainly looking to be the case currently. And again, you can't sleep on this Seminole roster no matter who you are. Op34, I'm definitely hoping big things for these guys, just because I would love to see a game 3 between them, especially with the talents of, you know, your Wally and your Washi on the opposition. So I definitely want to see the full series of games go on between these guys. And this is a best of 5, so we'll at least get to see 3 games, but, you know, pushing into game 4, pushing into game 5, you know, that's really what we're aiming for here.
Another round does go in favor of Seminole. And 1-for-1 trade as 5 goes down, as well as Slothy. We're going to see Bear trying to clear this bottom side of control, computers area. Mercy at Washi picking up 2 kills. Vega to get 1, and now Bearzone is on. 1v3 scenario. Bomb is in no man's land. I think DePow, a.k.a. Raven, does have sights on it. If anybody makes, or if Bear makes that push over and gets it, he will definitely sound off to the rest of the team. Wally is on the brink of finding Bear, but Bear trying to get some cover here as he takes this backside of tower. Shots are going to be made. Bear takes out Mercia. Bear is going to be about half health, but is going to stay alive. They got him cornered here. Surely Bear is going to go down here. It is looking a lot like it. Yes, Wally does pick up that frag, and another tying round, 2-all going into this last defending side for Op34, last attacking strategy side for the guys over at Seminole. Right now it's looking pretty even, as we saw in the hardpoint. It was neck and neck match for the longest, and then Seminole just somehow managed to take the lead and run with it going into that P4, or P5, P1 rotation. So we're going to see if Op34 has an answer after that last round. 5 taking out Slothy early. That's going to give them a big advantage. Bear's also going to be taken down as Washi hits the shots. Hax takes down Wally, so it's a 4-3. Bomb is going to be planted at B. 45 seconds on the clock. 3v4 for the guys over at Seminole.
Yeah, right now we do have a couple players really standing out above the rest of the competition, and let me tell you, it has been Hax's day here. He's sitting 5-2 here in the search. Wally / Denero sitting at 6-4, and we do have a couple players at 4 as well, looking at the likes of Bear as well as Mercia, so definitely some good levels of competition going on right now. That is going to be a 3rd round going over to the side of Seminole. And let me tell you, guys in chat, if you have any friends who are interested in the competitive scene at all for North America, you guys need to tell them to get in here for this one, because this is turning out to be a really, really spicy match where I think a lot of people looked at today and were thinking, you know, this is probably a Seminole win, and I think there's been some pretty big roster changes for both ARP as well as Op34, and that may spell to be the difference maker. We'll just have to see as we get rolling on through here.
Yo, I gotta point out, Vague and Hax clutched up that 2v4 scenario a couple rounds back, the last time they were on the attacking side, and that was a huge ball drop by Op34. It's like they all funneled over to the B-bomb site and just completely neglected the top control area, or the top of that staircase. 5 going to be half health here, as the full squad of Seminole going to be making the backside push. Try to get that early top control. Wally going to be there to take down 1. That's a big opening frag. Powell going to go ahead and get this bomb plant down. 45 seconds. Bear gets Wally. So a 1-for-1 trade. High going to take down 1. High going to get traded 2. 3v3 as the remainder of this Seminole roster are going to be able to be up top. They gets taken down. 5 picking up a big kill there. And now it is a 3v2 as 5 getting that man advantage for Op34 is oh so clutch. They're going to need it. Can't let Seminole take the lead and run with it. Slothy is going to spot 1. Bear's going to be there to take some shots. Bear is going to be taken out himself. And that's going to do it. We're going to be 3-4. Op34 looking to make their comeback here. Definitely have enough time as they're on the attacking side. They can, you know, kind of control the pace of the game. If they want to be aggressive, they can be aggressive. But I'm starting to shake my head at that strategy from Seminole. They made the full send to the snow side of the map, and it just did not pan out as the bomb was planted. Well read from Op34. 5 again picking up another Washington with that frag. Wally with 1 as well. It is a 2v5 scenario. Vague and Hax. If anybody can do it, it's these two guys. But I'm going to call it here. We're going to be tied up after this round.
All up to you now. Finish the mission. The bomb is
Sure looks to be the case unless a big clutch comes through. Hax taking a lot of bullets there is somehow going to make it out just barely alive. And that does give him another opportunity to potentially clutch this game up.
nice work.
But
Get ready
gonna
for
fall a little bit short again. Op34, not a not a pushover roster by any means. And they're showing it right now. I mean, it was a close There's a close hard point. It's been a close search and destroy as well. All the way down to the wire, it's starting to look like. Are we going to see a round 11, or is someone going to walk away with the early win?
3v4 scenario now. We're about 20 seconds into this round, and Op34 kind of falling apart on the backs of Fake, picking up some big kills. He's 7-6, spots Washi. Washi, well disciplined, going to go ahead and hit as he is 2v1 there. Washi getting taken down by Slothy. Mercia takes down one before he is. Oh my God, look at his head. It's in the air.
Round, but it's not over yet.
Seminole is on match point, and we are starting to see a trend here. It does look like Seminole might be able to clutch up this search and destroy on this next round. We'll see if Op34 has different plans, though, as the PAL picks up the bomb. We're starting it off. Going to need to see a little bit more discipline and in their shots here. Op34 looking to stay in this thing. Bag takes down 5. High takes down DePau. And Washi, in a 1v4 scenario, takes down 1. Is going to get
shooting
traded.
going on too. That's going to be Seminole leading the 2-0 lead over the side of Op34 right now. There is still another matchup ahead of us. This is a best of 5, so don't go anywhere, guys. We have plenty of game still ahead of us. Hopefully Op34 are able to turn it around. That's nothing against the guys at Seminole. You know, as I said, I jumped into VC with them earlier just to chat, just to BS a little bit. But, you know, I've also got some people over on the side of Op34 that I'm rooting for. You guys know well enough that I am always down to see some good competition. But at the same time, I know when to give a team credit and you know who I think is going to go on. And I have to imagine it's still probably Seminole who wins this one even before the matchup. You do have Washi, you do have Wally, and that's a pretty solid setup. And we do have Raven, and we do have 5, and we do have Mercia, but they've never really been those standout players. They're good, solid players, but they have never had, in my opinion, that kind of breakout, flashy impact that a Wally or a Washi bring to the table.
Yes, indeed. Done with Game 2. Another admirable performance from this Op34 team, but Seminole again just standing above the competition as we're getting ready for Game 3. Domination Hackney Yard. If Op34 wants to continue on in this series, they're going to have to find a way to win this game. And this is a map and game mode that just don't go well together for me. Kind of like a Summit or a...
You just hate this map in general. Let's be real here.
You know what? I like it for Search and Destroy. It's Gromeo on Search and Destroy, and for Hardpoint, I absolutely love it. The rotations are great. There's no clear advantage to being on either side. But in Domination, it's like if you've got A side first, you know, you have every opportunity to redeem yourself in round or second round. Or is
Okay,
it the
so
C
we're
side?
not talking about Summit at this point.
No, we're talking about Hackney Yard now. I'm moving on to Hackney Yard. Hackney Yard Domination is about as toxic as Summit Domination is. Probably not as bad.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now.
You
This
know,
makes more sense.
it's pretty one-sided. If you have, I'm not sure what side it is. I think it's A, in which you spawn on the bottom side of Tire Shop. And if you have the opportunity to hold that, it's over. But if you have the second half on A, I feel like that's the clear advantage. We'll see. As Op34 is going to be spawning C side, they're going to have every opportunity to take this second half. They just can't allow Seminole to run away with this lead in the first half.
Definitely not, but we'll see. Like I said, there's a lot on the table here for both of these teams. And Op34, they've put themselves in a position where they definitely have shown that they can beat Seminole. It's just a matter of can they bring it together enough? You know what I mean? The Search and Destroy was very, very close. The hard point was very, very close. We're now rocking into the Domination. We do have the AC caps coming through. We do have Seminole with a early B side cap, and it's looking like they may be getting ready to run away with this series, but we'll have to see. They do have strong side to start. So there is more opportunity for an Op34 comeback in the second half, where you're not limited specifically to 75 points. So, I'm really counting on the guys over at Op34. I'd love to see a Game 4. I'd love to see a Game 5 out of these two teams.
Yep, I would love to see a Game 4 indeed, and as long as, you know, one of the statements I made, as long as Op34 doesn't allow Vague to or not Vague, but Seminole to run away with the lead here in this first half, we could expect to see that happen, because once they switch sides, that momentum is definitely going to go in the favor of Op34. This map is just, it's lopsided when it comes to OBJ. If you're on the A side of the map early, you're going to be expected to cap B and hold B easily. And that's exactly the case here for Seminole, as they have taken the lead here and running with it 35-20. And I don't see Op34 getting in for a retake at all. This building has just been held continuously by Seminole. We're going to see Wally come through with a contest. Hack's going to take down Washi. And Hack's going to finally get taken out. Faye going to go for the refrag as he picks up 2 big kills. And as I said, as long as they can hold this A site, B shouldn't be a problem, and that is exactly what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, absolutely, but like I said, the second half will have Operation 34 spawning on strong side. They'll have a bigger opportunity because you're not limited to those 75 points in a round. You know, when you hit 75 in the first half, that's a flat cutoff. You could have 20 points in the first half, and essentially you could make the comeback, right? Just because you're not capped at what you're able to do. But it is definitely going to be a difficult fight, especially up against a team like Seminole. So I've got high hopes for Op34, but I think Seminole probably a strong enough team to overcome the odds there. And it's only a matter of time. We're about to have Seminole cross into 75 points. They've held B basically the entire round. And they're going to go into the second half with a 35 or so point lead.
It's looking like that. B going to get pushed last second. It's not going to come through. And Gamer13990, I completely agree. Dom Hack the Yard is so booty. That is the truest statement I've ever seen anybody put in any of my chats.
In any of your chats.
Any chats at any time. We're going to see the sides flip second half. No limit here for the guys over at Op34. They just cannot allow Seminole to get any kind of control here in this matchup in this second half. As I say that, all of Op34 is going to be pushed off of B. And now the momentum that was supposed to go in their favor is going to be halted. Hax and Bear are going to be there for the pickup on B. They're going to go ahead and collect it, and it is looking like Op34 might be able to run away with this one.
I think you mean Seminole.
Oh, I'm sorry. Seminole running the tables here in this second half as well as that first. They're going to continue with the lead. Oh my god, Hax picking up 3 big kills with the... or 2 big kills with the Death Machine. He's going to be spotted by Raven, who picks up the trade, but... oh my god, Bear! Predicted and moves. Comes through with the SMRS, takes down 1. Marcia going to be laced 2. And if Op34 keeps pushing in here 1 by 1, they are not going to get any movement on this B flag site.
Yeah, definitely a difficult situation for them to be in. I think we're getting pretty close to triple cap territory, like in the next couple seconds. So if they don't get B cap on the board here soon and hold it for the remainder of the game, then it's going to be a rough position for them to be in through and through. We have crossed into triple... oh, we might be at exact double cap territory, actually. They have to hold B for the entire game.
Yeah, but the way that Seminole's been playing, dude, I do not expect the guys from Op34 to be able to do that. DePaul, however, has other plans. He takes down 1, and now the A side is going to get traded. Oh my god, as soon as I said that they were going to hold B, they give up A. This is not a position that Op34 needs to be in right now. They're going to have to triple cap at some point to gain a little bit of that lead back, because at the moment, Seminole can win it off of just a single flag.
Yeah, and it's definitely a rough spot to be in, especially for such a talented team. But again, I think you have like 2 really star players on the side of Op34 with 3 good players. And then for the side of Seminole, you've got 3 or 5 really solid full roster of absolute killers going on. And we do have the B coming in right now for Op34. We'll have to see if they can get the hold here, but it's not looking super promising. We do have Op34 filling up the feed a little bit, but I mean, we are in like hard, like 30 or 40 seconds of triple cap territory, so I'm going to go ahead and call it there. This is going to be Seminole running away with the 3-0 victory. The hard point, very, very close. The search and destroy, very, very close. The domination, that's all Seminole. This is all Seminole this game.
I'm taking a look at the bracket. Seminole going to be taking on Lux. Our Turna. They are going to be moving on to the finals. Seminole takes it in 3-0 convincing fashion, making it to a second week in a row, looking to make it a second week in a row winning. They're going to have to take down Lux first as Op34, probably the best competition in the tournament. ARP, I don't know what happened with them, dude, but they fell apart 3-1 against Lux. What am I missing out on this Lux team?
Well, you're missing out on ARP losing a couple of their key members. So
Gotcha,
I believe it was Zia and Parka both separated, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Just kind of going off of the things I saw on Twitter. I don't even know if I got the full picture of things. I don't even know if that's right, but definitely been some things going on the side of ARP.
Easy wins for Seminole Vague. Stop spoiling it in chat. We will put you in another hour ban, my guy. All right, we're going to get geared up for the finals here as it's about 11:15 p.m. Eastern Time. This is going to be a best-of-5 situation. Seminole taking on Lux. Arturna. We'll see how they fare in this best-of-5. Might be another case of easy money here for Seminole. Taking on Op34, I was expecting this game to go, or a series go to a best of 4 games in this best of 5. However, Seminole's like, dude, I'm ready to call it early tonight. They take it in 3. Close games for sure, but that domination was a blowout, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. The hard point, really, really solid. The search and destroy, really, really solid. The domination was all Seminole all game long. So I don't know if you can argue with that.
B, this isn't XRK. We know that, B. Or do we? I don't know. We'll see. Best of 5 here is about to start up, but before we do, we're going to take a moment to hear a word from our sponsors. So guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in like 2 to 3 minutes tops. Back live with the action for the BSeek Sunday Showdown Final. This is a Trovo sponsored event. We've got Juju Energy in the mix, HyperX, as well as SXC Finger Sleeves. Make sure you use code MESEEKS at checkout for that fat 10% discount. And as always for the finals, I know we didn't get to see him last week. We got him back on board. Gilmania, how are you doing tonight? Talk to me, my guy.
Doing great, getting set up. I already got to see the other side of the bracket. It was quite interesting in here. We have Lux Attorney joining us, so pretty pumped up to see that. What happened with you guys with Seminole getting in here?
Well, Seminole pretty much did Seminole things. They have not lost a map yet. As a matter of fact, we thought they were against Op34 with the likes of Washi, Wally, you got 5 in the mix. And Seminole just an absolute force to be reckoned with tonight. They're going to have ample opportunity to continue that streak as Lux has somehow found their way into the finals this week. This is the BSeek Sunday Showdown Finals, and this is a best of 5. I am not expecting this to go past 4. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think the most competition we saw tonight was that Op34 roster, but based off of who I'm seeing pulling into the lobby, I don't have high hopes. But again, Lux, if you're out there, prove me wrong, bro. I want to see this series go to a game 4, but I don't know. Shed some light. What did you see from their roster? They went 3-1 over the likes of ARP Gaming, which their LATAM team's pretty OP, right?
Yeah, that's right. Overall, I wouldn't describe it as well as you did for Seminole, them being uncontested, not dropping a single game just yet. Lux definitely had their flaws. They had certain moments in time, like that game that they lost ended up being a comeback actually, where they got triple cap for the longest time at the last time of the game. Ended up losing that game, and that's exactly what I mean. Definitely Lux has a few flaws that I'm sure Seminole, if out of any other team, Seminole can capitalize on, and could be a struggle for them to play, but at the same time, let's see what they can bring into this game, because I know that they're capable of doing really, really great plays. Problem is that they don't necessarily are as consistent as they have to be against a team like Seminole.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. And based off of the gameplay we've seen that Seminoles provided, they are definitely on top of their game. As a matter of fact, game 1 against Op34, they found themselves in a little bit of a hole, but they were just, too OP. Played objective like it was nobody's business. And I don't believe they had but 2 players go positive that game, but they still somehow managed to find a way to win it. So I'm super excited about this matchup. We've got 4 players in the mix for Lux, waiting for their 5th. Best of 5 rotations are going to be as followed. Hardpoint Raid, S&D Hackney Yard, Domination Summit. If we're lucky enough to see a Game 4, it's going to be Hardpoint Summit. And then if we're lucky enough to see a Game 5, S&D Standoff. So starting the games off with some pretty good maps. I am just not a huge fan of Domination Summit. And I think everybody can agree with that. Probably not Day, though. Day likes it. Day low-key loves Summit as a huge map for him, right?
Do what now?
I said your favorite map was Summit, right?
What are you throwing me under the bus here for now?
Yeah, you know what? You say you loved Summit map, right? Is that correct?
Listen. I said that Summit is nostalgic to me because I really liked Black Ops 1. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think it is all, specifically in mobile, I don't think it is all the most balanced map, by any means. Mobile, you move in general a little bit faster than you did back in the days of Black Ops 1, so that's already one thing on the board. But in addition, you know, the hardpoint spawns for this map are just absolutely toxic. If you want me to be honest with you, like, they are horrendous.
But I'm getting word we might not have a 5th for Lux, as if, you know, you know, if they weren't down already, bro, it's definitely going to be an easy win for Seminole. Seminole just, I mean, even if it was a 5v5, it's tough for Lux. The fact that they got a 4v5 now, it looks like, it is definitely not looking to their favor. You know what? I'm going to commend Seminole. I've seen them do this before. I'm interested to see if they do it again. They had a 5v4 scenario that they actually dropped a player on to even the things out. It just did not, you know, it didn't work out for the other team. We'll say it. So I don't know if they're going to be that team again and drop one and go for the 4v4. But I would not put it past them. I think that was a tournament that Day and I casted. Is that right?
Sounds familiar.
I think that's the case, but I don't think they're going to drop one here. Maybe if they do, it'll be Hacks. I don't want to see Hacks go, but, you know, who knows? We'll see. Game 1 about to start off. Day's voice is angelic, bro. He is,
Whoa there.
He is definitely favored by the gods.
That sounds like a wiki statement, if I've ever heard one.
That was an image statement, actually.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
I'll tell you what. Thank you, Image. I appreciate it. Been a pleasure to work with you on projects in the past, man. Super chill, dude.
Washed Icy. I got $50 on Sim. You know what?
That's looking good.
You might not get all 50 of those dollars back. The bets, you know, even if they came through the odds, you would probably make $1 off that $50 bet, right? I mean,
True.
come on now. Even if it was a 3v4, I'd still have money on Seminole to win here.
Yeah, okay, Lily. This is blasphemy. I'm worse than a bot at this game. Let's be real here.
Thank God he'll be casting the Trovo Showdown on tomorrow and not playing it at, like, the bot verdict.
Look, I have been playing more COD Mobile. I think I'm like level 26 now on my actual phone account, but I just can't find a HUD that works for me, man. Too many buttons.
Use a controller, easy.
You figure out a way for me to use an Xbox controller on mobile, and I got you.
Bro, I'm telling you, it doesn't work out. The logistic of it sounds great, but the actual, like, movement and everything, just not there.
There's like a lag input in a way, isn't it?
There is, and there's also, like, the movement, like the up and down and around and whatnot. Just it doesn't correlate with Xbox movement.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get a chance to see if we got a 5th player. We don't, so this is gonna be a 5v4 verdict.
Yep, and I'm just waiting for Vague to come through and chat and say something toxic. You know, I can ban him and then I can unban him immediately. We just have that. Nonetheless, game 1, 4v5. Not looking for good for Lux so far, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can get in here. They're actually going to be the first one to get inside of the hill, and now are going to get pushed over by the side of Seminole, but that double kill by, that triple by Bessie is causing a lot of trouble for them, but at the same time, he gets the 4th one. They are going to be able to defend for a little bit longer. That's going to be a heavy start, you know, 4 kills right after that. Going for the 5th one.
Okay.
Bessie already got the Pred missile. Goes for kill number 6. Bessie gets into the window. Finally gets taken out, but what a start for Lux.
As we say that Bear is finally going to collect some points here, I see Hacks using the SBR. This is typical behavior of Seminole, so I don't expect him to change guns at all. I'm assuming he'll use that all game long, and he might go positive with it. We'll see. As P2 is going to be opening up, we're neck and neck so far, 17 all. But does look like Seminole is going to get the better of that first point. Vague making an early rotation. Impo BZ comes through with the sentry gun, but I think it's going to get taken down.
Yeah, he definitely had an extraordinary start, but after that it's been problematic, and that's exactly what we were hoping, not hoping, but waiting for in a game where it's a 5v4. And Seminole is probably not gonna try to lose any more points that they already did on the first hill. here in kitchen, they're doing an extraordinary job. There's gonna be a smoke, preventing a little bit of vision, so Big is gonna get outside of that in the middle of the map, gets taken out by none other than Impo Bessie. And I think that he might be the only one getting kills in here. I'm looking at the scores for everyone in this game. Bessie already into double digits, the only one in the map, 14 kills for himself. But when you're in a 5v4 and your 3 allies are 1, 2, and 4, is not gonna be the best case
Yeah,
scenario.
that's definitely not the best case, but I gotta say he is beaming 16 and 6 at the moment. Only 16 seconds on the hill. P2 rotations are coming down to the wire. P3 about to open up. This garage area is where all the action will be at. We're going to see BZ popping off so far. He is picking up some kills. He's going to opt to pull out his death machine. Lasers 1, lasers 2, lasers 3rd. That's 3 big kills for BZ as he has just absolutely dominated this matchup. But it's not going to be enough for this Seminole roster. They're going to continue on the lead. They're going to continue with an early take
Bessie,
on
oh
P3.
my god.
Just an absolute beat. Picks up another. Hax is finally going to be able to take him down, but damage has been done, dude. He's already up to 20 kills. I don't think anybody else is even in double-digit territory. Bear just picked up their 10. But let's just be real. BZ is just an absolute cannon at the moment.
Yeah, he's definitely having a blast in here, just getting the score streaks again, the operators, the weapon kills, now dropping the sentry. The problem is, like you mentioned, that there's only so much you can do as a one-man army into a full squad, right? He's been able to successfully take them out now twice. Once in the first hill, now here in the garage area, but only 25 points for themselves. Why? Because, like I said, it is hard for you to defend when your teammates are not doing that task and you're the only one doing so. Yes, you might get 1, you might get 2, 3, even 4, but the 5th one is gonna get you. And with that being said, they're gonna like retake that control. Seminole over 100 points, about to take this one home, and just trying to make it quick, you know. They might be playing against only 4 opponents, but they're taking it seriously and trying to end up as quick as they can.
5v5 is tough enough against this Seminole roster, but let's be real. This first game is definitely looking like BZ is just it. You know, if he had a 5th man, we might see a different game. Doesn't be the case here, as Vague does spot him and take him out. Body shooting coming through from Vague, as he has barely taken his positive rolls there. He's going to be 2+ in the positive category. Takes down one another. 19 and 16. Game, set, match, 1-0 in favor of Seminole. And fun fact is, Denomine is pronounced Da-na-me-ne. Okay, not Day-nomine. All right? So anybody out there wanting to know how to pronounce the Denomine's name, it's not Day-nomine, but we do call him Day, so...
it is actually Day-nomine.
Day-nomine?
Yeah.
Oh, really? But why do I call you Denomine then?
Because people shorten it, and it's Latin, so...
You're Latin.
Stand down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an answer. What an answer.
What an
David.
answer,
I
yeah.
loved it.
Game 1, as expected, 150 to 30. But the highlight of that game, BZ, 31 and 14. Where did this guy come from?
But look at him go, like double positive, you know? 31 kills, 14 in Impo Bessie's side. Everyone else onto double digits, but looking at Jury, like 3 and 18. There's only so much you can do on the side of Sam. We have Vague on top of the hill, you know, being the MVP. Not necessarily the most time inside of the hill, but 19 kills and only dying 16 times would do the job for him. We gotta move on to the next one, and let's see if maybe Locks can find another player? Question mark. I'm not too sure though.
I'm not too sure, but I am sure about this. I think we should call Day-nomine Die-gnome Mine. That sounds so much better, bro. Why don't you go with that?
Because that's not what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But can we still call you that, though?
I'm so used to people mispronouncing it that I answer to like anything that's even remotely close.
Bro, I swear to God, I mispronounced your name up until you started casting Meeseeks with me. Like, I dead serious thought it was Denomine. Like, I I don't know where I got that from. So I just called you Dave for short, and I kind of roll with it. All right, so I'm getting word that Lux is still in another tournament, so that's why they're having a 4v5. It is,
Yo,
probably
BC, like, kind of cracked, though, if you want me to be honest with you here.
big facts, bro. 31 and, what was it, 14? Dude was a laser. Like,
And that was with him falling off at one point, too, because he was 27 and 6, I think, so.
Yeah, and he played OBJ for a little bit, and you saw that come through the feed. Jeez. Put Hacks on the other team? Jeffrey Epstein. What a comical name. If that's his real name, I'm going to feel terrible. Day answers to Dave all the time. I believe that.
So in Bobby's chat, I get really confused when he says Day or Dave, because
Dave.
they're very, like, close when you're listening to a lot of words at once and also trying to follow chat. And it is pretty flawless that every time he says Dave, I answer to it, and every time he says Day, I don't answer to it. So, it's just one of those things,
So, Dave, what is your predictions on this next game? It's going to be a search and destroy on Hackney Yard. It's a 4v5. Will Empo BZ be able to pop off and steal a few rounds, or is the guys over at Seminole just going to breeze past this matchup?
I would imagine they probably steal a couple rounds, but I also don't think that they really come through with a win here. Even with BZ having such a good hardpoint performance, I mean, this is still Seminole we're talking about, and they have a hell of a starting roster, as well as, any of their subs could come in and just absolutely flawlessly fill. So, don't have a lot of high hopes for Lux, but, BZ definitely going to be a player that I keep my eye out for the remainder of tonight, as well as in tournaments in the future as well. So, and, I think that's a strong point for teams and players as well. This may not be an 18-plus tournament, but if you are an 18-plus player and you're putting up numbers like that, there's a big opportunity you could get picked up by a team for one of your main season org teams. You're looking at getting into Mobile Mayhem, looking at potentially getting into Masters one of these seasons, things of that nature. And if you're putting up those numbers against Seminole, that is a big feat. I mean, you cannot sleep on the fact that the man dropped a double positive against a team like Seminole. So,
all right, we are going to see a fifth produced. However, one of the players actually bounced out of the lobby. Not sure if they're going to be joining us back. I'm assuming they will. Oh, they're actually going to get a sub in. So we got Dietrich, BZ, Ovi, Asta Skirt, and Choi. So Cho YS. Is it Cho or Choi's? It's a good question. We'll see. Game 2, Search and Destroy Hackney Yard, already looking better for Lux, but you've got Seminole on the other side of the board. That is probably one of the best teams in the NA competitive scene, regardless of age. 18 plus. They definitely give give Tribe a run for their money. They give NYSL Mayhem a run for their money. These guys are just absolutely OP. Obviously, they are not 18 plus, so.
The second they turn 18 plus, though, these kids are going to be on a roster.
Oh, for sure, bro.
The
Signed
second it happens,
easily. And I'm sure, given time, I'm not sure how old everyone is. I'm thinking High is young, like the youngest.
High is the youngest. I think he's 16 currently, so he'll be more than a season out, but still not in a bad place. He's got a big future ahead of him in COD Mobile.
Oh, definitely. We're going to see some shots taken, nothing kill-wise. Dietrich actually finds Bear. High is one shot. As Lux looking to stay in this matchup. They have ample opportunity as they produce 5. Vega's going to be one shot too. Gets to smoke the land, come through. High going to be up top of Green. And now we're going to see BZ go down to Hacks. But Slothy is going to go down too. So it's a 2-for-2 trade. 3v3. Hacks going to get this bomb plant down. High going to be there to defend. Actually, High is going to be taken out. Vega and Hacks going to be in a 2v3. Lux looking pretty decent so far to Search and Destroy.
I just want to clear this up for myself. Like, the fellow with no name, that's gonna be Slothy, right?
Correct. No name is Slothy.
Gotcha. Alright, well, doesn't matter who he was in that round, he gets taken out as well as his allies. They might have planted the bomb, but there's enough time for a defusal. It's gonna happen by overshot, and that is round 1 going in favor of Lux Aetherna. And that's exactly what I was talking about. I know that they are capable of, like, doing certain stuff like this, you know, taking a round here and there for Seminole. I'm worried about the fact that they could struggle to do it consistently. And here they already made the first step, which is pretty good, and are now going to be aggressively defending this A side. But Seminole went B. Doesn't matter too much, as Deatry yet again is going to find kill number 1, first blood for himself. And as Bessie gets another kill, that is going to be the advantage for them, and the bomb might be in the ground. Yeah, it's in the ground, but immediately gets picked up by Hex.
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the better LATAM Search and Destroy teams. I do remember Echo at some point mentioned that to me. Vague, one shot, Deatry takes down High. Deatry is just an absolute laser with the sniper at the moment. Got the Locust in hand. Think he is sounding out players as he's got a few around him. Actually, that's Hack's going to be the last one alive. Bomb pushed over to this A site. And we might see a plant, but a 1v3 is probably not the best picture scenario for Hacks. Seen him do it tonight, but this is a different case here. Lux looking like a stout Search and Destroy team. Trying to find that last player in Hacks. Beezy's going to spot him. Beezy's going to take some shots. Hacks is going to be about 60% health, maybe a little less. But is going to be able to escape for his life as he is making his all the way around push over to B. Deatry is going to find him there. Gets the shots to land. It's going to be two straight rounds in a row in favor of the guys over at Lux, and they are looking pretty good here in this Search and Destroy.
Yeah, 2 rounds for them, and pretty dominant, like you mentioned. It was a 1v4, well, 1v3, sorry, for the longest time. Hax ends up dying, but with the fact that Deatry is getting that first blood, and his allies are immediately just able to get a few more for themselves, it's been pretty important. This time around, though, seems like Seminole goes for a different approach. It's not going to work out the best as Choice and Ovi get a kill each. They're continuously going for a push, and it works out as Vague finds another one, but 2 more for Seminole are going to be dropping dead. High is the only one alive. Finds the first blood onto Overshot, but Impo, Bessie, and Atsa are still alive. High with a Fennec tries to get in there, but Atsa with a head glitch position takes the shots, takes the kill. 3 in a row for Lux, and they seem to be looking good. They have a shot of this game, I feel.
It seems to be the case. Looking like 3-0. Looking like a completely different ball game here in the Search and Destroy. The hard point was tough to watch. There was a 4v5, but with Beezy kind of top fragging for this roster in that matchup. He's not the top fragger here. Deatry comes through and is just a force in this Search and Destroy so far, and is going to be the competition that is going to give Seminole a run for their money. Beezy going to pick up 1. Beezy going to be pushed by multiples, and now we're going to see Seminole actually take a round in the Search and Destroy. And I'm not neglecting Vague and chat. I'm just saying I'm not listening in a Search and Destroy, bro. We'll jump in for the domination, so you guys better have some clean comms. All right. Notice the emphasis on clean. I want clean communications, or I'm going to be bouncing out ASAP.
Enemy in sight. Enemy down.
Seems perfectly fair. A couple of kills are going to be traded on each side. This is now a 3v3. The side of Seminole is going to be Hax holding the bomb, rotating towards the V-bomb, pretty much uncontested, while his allies are just making sure that no one's getting closer to him. Bomb is going to be planted, 45 seconds on the clock for the set of Lux to answer back out. In here, though, we're going to have Bessie going for this push through the right side. Finds the first frag onto Slothy. At the same time, I also see Ovi pushing towards the bomb. He's not going to find an enemy just yet, but he could at any given moment. He could even try to go for the defusal. Not going to be the case. Get taken out by High. That was nice. Hax kills the last remaining player being Bessie, getting now 2 rounds for themselves. and even things are a little bit more still on the disadvantage, but 2 rounds in a row for Seminole.
Yep, in chat, don't expect clean. I am hoping that they keep it semi-clean. I cannot expect them to... Just don't drop any words that, you know, could get you banned on Trovo. Vay gonna come through. Vay with the shoddy is gonna be taken down as Asta Skirt gonna be getting that kill. High and Slothy gonna be left on their own as we flip sides. BZ gonna go ahead and get this bomb planted. B. Slothy takes down 1, making it an even matchup 2v2 scenario. Slothy taking some shots. He's gonna get the slide peek from Dietrich. That's too much sauce for the guys over at Seminole. Hi. Oh my, Dietrich. You are a one-shot king there, my guy.
A monster indeed. Dietrich is gonna be the one with the most kills so far in his team. Alongside with High are gonna be both with 7 kills. And he's having a blast, you know. He's been landing quite a few shots that have been pretty beneficial to the team. This time around does not find the first blood, but let's see what he can do as he pushes and gets the frag onto none other than High. Not only even things out, but getting a 1-player advantage is going to be pushing through this A side of the map. I think he realized that there was someone above him. He's trying to be cautious, but at the same time, it's pretty risky to be in that position. Picks up the Fennec, tries to go for a kill. A lot of his odds are dying in the way. This is now a 2v2. Finds the frag yet again. And this round has been chaotic in a way, no? You know, now it's a 1v2 with Bear being the only one for Seminole.
Frag out.
We're going to be left on his lonesome. Bomb, however, is in the hands of Dietrich, who has not made a commitment to A or B, as I do say that it does look like they're favoring the B push. I don't think Bear knows it yet, but he is starting to make his way over, as I do see the sliding come through. He's going to get pushed from the side. Dietrich going to pick up that last kill. And now the guys over at Lux are on match point. They might be able to steal a game here if they can secure this one. As Dietrich popping off 10-4 at the moment. Definitely been the deciding factor in the Search and Destroy matchup, as they have taken a 5-2 advantage. Where is Seminole at when you need them? Vague with a Fennec in hand going to push up. Asta picks up that first kill. That's going to be another round or man advantage for the guys over at Lux. Hack's going to go down as well. Dietrich, oh my, bro. What a shot as he is finally taken down. Bear picks up that kill. And it is a 2v4. High and Bear going to be left with their own. Bear going to get pushed, or not pushed, but he is going to get pushed. Beezy picks up that last kill. And Lux has found a W here in the midst of the Seminole trolling. We'll see if Seminole is able to bounce back after that Search Destroy matchup. Dave, what did you notice in that matchup, my guy?
Well, I mean, definitely a pretty exciting match. Lux, I think, putting a pretty big respect tag on their name, especially looking at the likes of Dietrich and BZ there. I mean, Dietrich putting up 12 kills. Pretty solid. I can't complain about that. BZ, solid performance here as well. 7 kills on the board against Seminole. No easy feat. But, I mean, the man was absolutely cracked in hardpoint, continued to have a good game here in the Search and Destroy, and I don't know if anybody was really expecting Lux to tie things up here. You know, again, maybe people in chat have seen more of them in some of the other tournaments that they compete in and know a little bit more what to expect of this team, but I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. And I'm glad we're at least seeing a Game 4 here and that we're getting a good series.
You know what? I have to say, we saw something very similar last week, right? Explicit takes one game, the Search and Destroy, from Seminole in a very similar manner. I don't know if Seminole is continuing to do the things that they continue to do on a regular basis. I'm assuming they are. We'll see how this best of 5 continues.
I don't know, man.
On.
That hard point didn't seem like they were necessarily taking it easy, and BZ dropped 30 plus on them.
Yeah, they did, and I'm interested to see how a much closer matchup here with a 5v5 ensues.
5v5 with the main roster.
Yeah, here we go. We'll see it. Game 3, Domination on Summit, one of my favorite maps. We'll do listen-ins for Seminole. I don't know if Lux will have us join their VC, but I do see Seminole in there. We'll jump in at some point, and don't expect much as far as like the clean aspect goes. So guys, be prepared to hear some pretty nasty things.
Taking A. Enemy
Just remember, chat, you asked for this.
Guys, you asked for this. This is all on you. We're to see A and C capped respectively. Bear picks up 2, Slothy picks up 1, and the kill feed is all in favor of Seminole so far.
Yeah, the B flag is starting off in favor of the side of Seminole. They're gonna be working their way into it, playing quite aggressively. Sorry, not aggressively. It is actually Lux, the one playing pretty aggressively, and that's causing Seminole to not be able to take on B that effectively, that quick. But as soon as they are able to get the kills, immediately trying to get away, go back into B. And I thought they were gonna go, but instead of going for the flag, they try to take some more of a control kind of deal. You know, they went for the flag, the frags. They got the kills. They get the flag now, and now got to defend C at the same time as Lux. They knew they were gonna lose B. Immediately went C. They get it. They unfortunately are gonna lose A at the same time, but retaking B, like that was like a 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward in thinking for Lux in a way. You know, they ended up in the lead. They take 2 flags for themselves.
They do, and you know, at the moment, Seminole looking like you know, they have a stout opponent in Lux. Lux holding her on. BZ, of course, popping off. He picks up his 7. He's 8 and 3 now as he picks up another. Faye gonna push down for the contest. Faye gets bodied, and Lux actually looking like a admirable opponent for the guys over at Seminole, as spawns are gonna remain A in favor of Seminole, and B and C control just continue to be held here by Lux, as Lux kind of surprising us here.
Lux haciendo de maravilla por el momento. Están pensando 3 pasos adelante, pero ahora se les va a caer este plan que tenían. Van a perder la bandera de B, intentar unir a la zona de A, inician la captura, parece que la van a obtener, pero van a estar perdiendo C. Me imagino que van a intentar de nuevo hacer lo mismo e inmediatamente dirigirse a B. Desafortunadamente en esta ocasión no les funcionó de igual manera, así que tienen que trabajar para recapturar esa bandera. In this round, the advantage is going to be still in favor for Lux, but now Seminole has found their way to finally get B back. Immediately, like, they were able to defend at first, but they were so close to losing it yet again. It seems like Lux is going to be running out of luck in that certain fight. You know, they were just mere few seconds, from getting that flag. And with them not getting it, that advantage that they held on to, it went up as like 15 points at some moment, is gonna be disappearing into thin air. And Vague right now even pushing for a triple cap. Gonna be throwing a smoke. Gonna be staying inside of the flag. Gonna be getting that kill to Obishot, pushing onto the spawn. Goes for another kill, but runs out of bullets. Doesn't matter too much. Seminole is back in the lead.
They are indeed, but as I say that, BZ trying to make something happen on this B side. Bear gonna find him. Bear's gonna be half health, but is gonna maintain this B cap. Herschel, what'd I tell you? You're not co-casting tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. I'm just kidding. Lux trying to stay in this thing, and surprisingly, it's not a blowout. Seminole's got their work cut out for them here. Second half about to start off, 75-66. We'll jump into the VCs of the guys over at Seminole to kind of sound off, as the HyperX comm check is going to be Seminole. We'll go ahead and jump into their comms right now.
Let me counter.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck me.
All right, we came, we saw, we got the hell out of there. Vague picks up a nasty 3-piece, and Lux still not able to cap this C site. They only got about a tick left, and A is going to be traded. It does look like the guys over at Seminole are not. Dude, that's a rip. That is a huge rip. B going to be traded. B going to be in favor of Seminole, and C, yet to be capped by either team, is going to finally get taken by Lux. And Seminole looking to cap another site. B cap going to be denied. Vay going to be taken down as Asta picks him up. Asta skirt. Going to try and go for this triple cap. Going to have a little bit of support, but is not going to come through. C is going to be pushed by Seminole. And guys, that is a rip. Never again will we listen into a Seminole roster ever.
Lux was able to retake that B by losing C, but they're not gonna be too worried about it. Lux has been able to, in this second round, do pretty much the same deal that they had on the first one, where they gave up their own flag at the expense of getting control over the middle area of this map. They're gonna be onto an AB cap for the time being. Now Seminole is trying to go through the right side of the map, trying to get in here through the C side. They're gonna be dropping its streaks as well. The choice was on the side, trying to make a defense. Let's see for how long though. This game has been really back and forward. It is yet again Lux in the lead by a few points. That B cap might be taking place for Seminole. It does. They're gonna be retaking it in immediately. Thinking about going for a push over at A. That's gonna be the case, but let's see if they can also defend C, because immediately after losing that flag, they went to the other side. Look, talking about Lux. They are not going to be able to get it. Vega is going to be able to make a defense, and the triple gap is going to take place. I was going to say let's see for how long, but with these streaks, it seems like it could be at least a few seconds that they have the spare for a triple gap in favor of Seminole.
Yep, I believe High was the last one alive on the A side. Maybe I'm wrong. That is going to be Slothy there for a little bit of contesting, but A is going to be eventually traded now, as I do see multiple players in the mix. Ovi and Dietrich going to pick up some big frags. Asta comes down onto this catwalk area. B is going to get pushed by multiples. B is going to be potentially capped by Ovi and Dietrich, and BZ going to be there. They're still in this mix, but I believe they're in triple cap territory, right? 20 points is,
yes.
15 points is all that is needed. C is going to get pushed. And it does look like BZ is going to be able to maintain this A side by himself. For how long, though? The shoe is on the other foot. And the boys over at Lux giving Seminole a run for their money here. Bear going to try and contest
the death machine
Bear.
from the side?
Oh my god, we've got ourselves a game. Seminole only need 15 points. Maybe they can get it here as the A-cap comes through, but will they be able to get B high? Gonna be there for the first push. Overshoot is gonna get, oh my god, Dietrich with the nade. Gonna take down High. And we have ourselves our first upset of the night. We saw the Search and Destroy potentially. We saw the Search and Destroy go in their favor. Lux giving the guys over at Seminole a run for their money here in this domination game. B is yet to be capped. Vague spawning A definitely doesn't give me any hope. And we might see Lux take 2 of this best of 5. And Seminole on the backs of trolling going to be taking an L here in game 3. Boy, Lux taking the lead. 2-1 over Seminole. What a matchup.
What a matchup, and that is gonna be Lux actually on the brink of winning this thing, That's a 2-1 lead for themselves. They had a run over their enemies on Search and Destroy. On Domination, though, it was a lot closer, 150 to 145. That is really close. A lot of captures taking place all over. If you see, there's gonna be Impo, Bessie, and Detri both with 7 caps. We have Bear with 9, Bay with 7, High with 8. It was a back and forth game. It is pretty strategic kind of gameplay from both sides. But Lux is gonna be on top of that one. Is there anything else that you saw that we might have missed, Dave?
Yeah, Dave, we want to hear from your expert analysis.
I gotta say, I spent a lot of that game watching BZ because, this kid is nuts, okay? So, first game, puts up 30 in the hard point against Seminole. Okay, that's an impressive feat. Maybe it was a fluke. Maybe it was a good game. We go into the Search and Destroy. Okay, this is a little bit more human numbers. We go into Game 3 domination, and this kid is absolutely cracked for Respawn, okay? This kid, the way he plays is actually, so methodical. He peeks the right corners. The jump shots are there. The drop shots are there. Overall, just really solid play. And if you look at the rest of the stats across the board, overall, this was mostly BZ versus Vague as far as the kill feed goes. You had a couple players on both the teams that were a couple positive, but Vague 29 and 17, BZ 32 and 17. From there, drops down 21 and 17 for Detri, 23 and 18 for Bear, and everybody else barely scraping by to go positive, if even close to neutral. So overall, it was really like a top 4 competing on both these two teams, and that's really big in my opinion, because really leading into this matchup, I think most of the people in chat were probably thinking, okay, Lux didn't beat like the ARP that we know, right? Like they beat a different ARP team, so this is probably going to be Seminole running away with it. And Lux find themselves in a 2-1 lead now as we go into our hardpoint firing range.
Yeah, and you got to stop and think. What if the first game they had 5 players? Would we be seeing a game 4 here?
Lost the lead.
That's my question to chat. Everyone, go ahead and drop an F in chat for Vague. As he came through and said easy 30 piece. What do you mean, bro? Drop an F in chat for Vague as they take an L in game 3. We're on match point here for Lux, and so far so good for Seminole. They're looking to take us to a game 5. But I got to commend Lux for their efforts here. Taking a few games away from the strength of this Seminole roster, definitely making everyone scratch their head right now.
I might be wrong, Verdict. I might be wrong. I was thinking about the fact that I think Bessie, like Impo Bessie, he was sort of close to getting a nuke on the game against ARP, you know? If I'm not mistaken, he was the player that got 15 and 0. Like, he didn't die, getting 15 kills, one of them with an Bread Missile though, but yeah, like, it's gonna prove to me, like, this dude definitely knows what he's doing, talking about respawns. They nominated himself, like, he is just built different, you know. Right now he's gonna be with 7 kills, making his rotation through the middle area, making a defense not to worry about the OVJ, more worried about the fact that enemies don't get closer to this area, and that's gonna be working out just fine. He's even really close to getting the death machine, picking kill number 9. And he said it himself, the Denominator said it perfectly. The angles that he's holding in here just tremendously working out in his favor as he gets his kill number 10, double digits, already being the first one.
Oh my god, easy.
Not the first one, but like, the way he's playing is just flawless. He's gonna be with 12 kills, already got a Bread Missile. He's holding his angle to get his kill number 13. Is anyone gonna be able to stop him?
No, bro, this guy's looking absolutely OP.
Finally.
BZ's finally going to get taken down, but the damage has already been done. 71-23 Seminole at the moment. Getting a little bit manhandled here. BZ, oh my god, Ovi with the SMRS. The cluster strike is going to come through from Detri, who also a double-digit category 12 and 3. 13 and 3 as he takes down Slothy, and an early take on P3. This trailer, Detri and Team Lux looking to upset the almighty Seminole roster, and Seminole down bad at the moment, 93-30 as they finally get back into trailer control. This might be a moment of comeback here for the Seminole roster, but I would hold my breath too tight. This Lux roster is looking pretty decent at the moment.
You can only wonder, like, is it possible that just Seminole felt too comfortable with themselves, you know? They felt like they had this in the bag and started locking up some plays quite a few times, and at this point they are right against the corners, you know? Right now, it's not that they're playing bad, it's just that Lux has been having quite a lot of really good plays. In this game, even more so, specifically, like you mentioned, 2 players being able to get a really long amount of kills in a row, being able to get the streaks, getting a lot of stuff to help themselves in such different ways that it gets just so hard for Seminole to get inside. Right here in Wood, they are able to gain some sort of control, but really struggling nonetheless. For the first time, I sort of see them in the winning end of this potentially. But as I say that, a lot of the players from Lux get inside of the hill. They're rotating in and out. Ovi with a Holger gets another kill. They're going to be trying to get the defense but Hacks with a red missile, but that's not enough. You know, this hardpoint. I said that maybe Seminole was gonna be able to defend, and they're holding strong, but they are not being able to get as many points as they would like to.
Okay, I'm interested. Do you think their comms are a little better now, or do you think we should not? You know what, I'm not even. Rick rolled me.
I think you should
Rick,
not. I
yeah.
they're longer than you, and I think you should not.
Okay. I was thinking, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, not gonna happen. Vague coming through gets the better of that trade. Vague finally stepping up his game. He is 8-16, double negative. He's gonna be taking off P1, where we might see. Well, we're definitely not gonna see the game in here, as. I mean, regardless if anybody gets on the point to contest, this is just one of those points that, you know, you really can't hold dominantly regardless of what spawn you have. Vague, however, is going to be on the OBJ department. He's going to be taken down, and the guys over at Lux going to be there for the contest. Seminole going to be right back in it, though. 30 points lead in favor of the guys over at, well, actually 20 points now for Lux, as they are looking to close this thing out early tonight, giving Seminole a run for their money. Only need about 37 more points. It's going to be pretty hard here, as P2 transitions are going to be made. Seminole are going to have the advantage. No, Dietrich has other plans. 22-13. This has all been Dietrich and BZ at the moment. BZ 20-14, kind of falling off now as Seminole trying to get back in this thing. It's a neck-and-neck matchup. I did not expect this to be a close matchup like this.
Problem is, last time, this was the specific hardpoint that provided Lux with an insane amount of points advantage for themselves. This time around, though, Seminole is going to be putting up a fight a little bit better, but let's see for how long. Vetru with the Death Machine is going to be getting the kills. They only need 22 more points, and as they get the defense, they're going to be using all of their utilities. They're using the grenades, they're using the operators, whatever they have in hand. They're going to be able to get really close to victory, but not there just yet. Astra getting the kills. Detri from the back side, just capitalizing on the fact that he's on the enemy spawn, ends up getting another kill, but Seminole back inside of the play. They're gonna be into this mix. They're gonna be able to stay inside, but now maybe Lux is gonna be rotating towards the trailer, and if they do it properly, like, they only need 13 points right now, 13 points, sorry, verdict, so this can be over at any given moment.
Could be over at any given moment, but trailer control going to be held very tightly by Lux. All they need is about 13 points. Sneaks going to go ahead and pick up 2. 3, maybe Vague. No, Asta going to pick him up. And this is a game set match looking like Seminole going to take another L. Bear going to go for the contest. Bear going to be taken out. Hack's going to do some damage control outside of trailer, holding this bottom wood area. Ovi comes through with the shoots. Takes down Bear, takes down Hacks, takes down High. No, High still living it up. High going to do some damage control, but nobody's going to be a trailer. Who is going to get there first? Looks like Seminole going to come through with the contest. Beezy, Dietrich going to get the kill. Lux going to go ahead. They're going to take the W. They're going to take the series in 4 as a very big upset over Seminole. 3-1 in favor of Lux. Game set match. What a series. Wow. Words. Denominate. What are you thinking?
Man, what a series. Definitely not what I expected for tonight. I expected Seminole to maybe run into a couple matchups that they struggled in, but not quite the way they did here. And, you know, a couple of these guys over on Lux, definitely some impressive performances. There's a lot of people in chat saying that BZ's got hacks, but I gotta say, I spent the better part of all 4 of these games spectating him because he was going off so hard in that first hard point. I don't think that's the case. I think the kid's actually just really good. We unfortunately had some matches last week that were definitely questionable behavior at best. This was not the case whatsoever. There was, in my opinion, no distinct signs of that being an issue. So, I got to give it up to Lux, man. They really impressed me here today.
They did. Not only did they impress me, but Seminole, definitely in an upset mode. Wow. Now, I will say that this team might have been using iPads, but that is...
I definitely think there's probably iPads on both teams.
Yeah, I could see that, but man, Lux coming through in the clutch. They take the bag here in 4 games. And I got to stop and think, that game 1, 4v5, would it have been a little different had they had their 5th? I don't know. That's, obviously something we don't even have to discuss.
That's a game for next week.
That's a potential for next week. Wow. I am probably just as shocked as you guys. Lux come through. They take the series in 3-1 fashion. And what the hell did we just watch? Seminole lose a domination, which was on Summit, and then turn around in a nail-biter of a hard point on Fire Grange. Take another L. I mean, I don't think I have any words left.
If I had to take a guess here, Seminole probably slept on Lux at the beginning, destroyed them in the hard point, got a little overconfident, and went into the search and destroy, not expecting such a difficult matchup. And blatantly honest, probably got a little tilted. Just knowing these players from rosters past, it definitely sounds like a realistic scenario.
That definitely seems to be the case. So, guys, I'm still I'm still trying to process everything. Lux takes out Seminole in the finals. We sat there and thought that it was going to be an easy matchup or easy win again for Seminole. And as you just said it, underestimating your opponent is never the best case scenario, as we saw Seminole bite the bullet, take the L. 3-1 in favor of Lux, and I'm still out of shock, bro. I really don't think I could find the words to describe this series. But I got to stop and take a moment to thank everyone who played this week, all the mods who came through, all the admins who make this thing happen on a weekly basis. Got to give a shout out to Trovo, HyperX, Juju Energy, and SXC Figure Sleeves. Make sure you guys use code MEESEEKS at checkout. It's actually going to be where we end the stream tonight. Gil, I want to thank you for coming through. Day, I want to thank you guys for coming through. We're going to get ready for a raid. Not sure who we're going to do it, chat. But, we'll be back live tomorrow on my channel for the Trovo Showdown for EU at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. On Dave's channel at 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the NA Showdown, which I will be playing in. Make sure you guys come out and support the cause of Verdict being a bot. So, guys, make sure you come out and show me some support for both. And Day as well for the cast. Much love to you guys. See you back next week.